fight. After just a few weeks, Maggie stopped all the itching and shedding. She had a healthy, shiny coat. Just a huge relief for all of us, but especially Maggie.
Get a free probiotics booster with your purchase of Dinovite for dogs by using code DOG at Dinovite.com.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dinovite.
AM 800 KXIC.
Up 65 for an extra 25 cents per gallon back in your first fill-up. Cashback's not available in gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
And now, here's a little something that you missed from the Ben Maller Show.
This thing is going to drag on and on.
Here we go.
You don't have to be some kind of guru of football like Jay Glazer to know this is not going well. Tua Tagovailoa is not long for Miami. Coffee in, coffee out. This was a make-or-break season for Tagovailoa, and while he started out like gangbusters, his overall body performance the first 8 games that he played in, he was a fringe MVP candidate. Some of those stats eye-popping for Tua with the 18 touchdowns, the 3 interceptions and whatnot over the first 8 games. But there was a jumping off point because as the year progressed, it has become a house of cards situation. Down, tumbling down. Tua has been a combination of
on the Hawkeye Sports Network. From Learfield, this is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling, presented by Pioneer, an American seed brand since 1926. Also brought to you by Hy-Vee, the official grocery partner of Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Oak Knoll, an active life care community. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, your family-friendly, dependable, and honest auto repair shop, celebrating 29 good years in Iowa City. Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, home of the Draft Day Sports Lounge, a luxury hotel and spa, 5 restaurants and more, just minutes south of Iowa City. Homewood and Home 2 Suites, preferred hotel of the Hawkeye Radio Network. And by Pioneer, an American seed brand since 1926. Now, welcome to Hawkeye Wrestling.
Good Friday evening. Welcome into Carver Hawkeye Arena, the 300th dual meet in the history of this building, as the Hawkeyes welcome in the Northwestern Wildcats to MediaCom Mats. Thanks for joining us here on this Friday. Stephen Grace and Mark Ironside, as Hawks coming off of their Big Ten opening weekend last Friday and Sunday. Wins on Friday over Illinois here in a dogfight, and then a pretty comfortable win at Purdue. Mark, it was a difference of 2 different matches Friday to Sunday, and I think the big thing was just the energy level. I mean, it felt like the guys were a lot more focused, just that much more crisp on Sunday, and seemed like they were ready to go. They're going to need that here tonight because Northwestern's a squad that they're feeling good about themselves, and they've done a lot of good here in these last few seasons.
Yeah, I don't understand the rhyme and reason why you come out last Friday night against Illinois into a jam-packed full house Carver Hawkeye Arena at 7 p.m. and don't have the energy. I don't understand how that could happen. You know, you should be able to come out just absolutely fired up. You don't even need a coach, getting in your ear or slapping you around or nothing. You should just be able to walk out on the mat and just be super excited to be out there and ready to go. But for whatever reason, at some of the weight classes, we did not put enough points on the scoreboard to get the job done, that's for sure. But there was a quick turnaround, and that's what's great about the sport of wrestling sometimes. Quick turns, and that means if it's something bad, you forget about it, you move on. And if it's something really, really good, you continue to build on it, you get right back out there, and you do it again the next time out. And we had a quick turn in West Lafayette. Even though the competition wasn't as good, we still wrestled really, really well. We dominated where we should dominate, and even the matches we lost, we went down fighting tooth and nail to the very end. So we're up against a really tough and feisty Northwestern Wildcat team here tonight, and I look forward to our guys. And I was in the room this week actually a couple of times, and I just really like the vibe in the room. I like the kind of the camaraderie in the room, the feel in the room. So I think, and I don't want to say they learned their lesson, but I think they know that they didn't perform well against Illinois, and I think they're going to be ready to go when they toe the line here tonight against Northwestern.
Well, this is a Northwestern squad last weekend knocked off Minnesota They're cracking the top 10. I think they finished 6th or 7th, I think, at NCAA's last year as a team. They've got some guys. They've got some guys that have some credentials coming in. And Matt Storniolo came from Oklahoma up there, and he's been trying to get that program turned around. It's a challenge there. It's a private school. You've got a lot higher costs in terms of tuition and everything in the Big Ten, some of the academic standards. But he's found a way to get some guys in there that buy in and do it. And he's been trying to maximize. And now you got 3 or 4 guys that are ranked in the top 10, even the top 5 here coming into this matchup tonight.
They got, like you mentioned, the staff. He's got to start with the staff at Northwestern. They got a young staff. You mentioned with Stornolio at Oklahoma, and you got Joe Colon on the staff. He's a Clear Creek, Iowa grad, and then UNI. He's young. He's feisty. He's good with the guys. The guys, I can tell you right now, they respond from him. And then you got Joe Rowe in there too. And so it's a good staff. You have the old coach who was there for years and wrestled at Iowa, All-American, 4-time Big Ten champion. Tim Zazeski's still in there helping out. So you still have the mentor in there and kind of doing a lot of the behind-the-scenes mentoring and stuff like that, but yet letting the young guys run the show. So Northwestern has really come a long ways in the last few years, but really last year at the Big Tens and the Nationals really made kind of a lot of noise and put their mark on the map of the wrestling world.
And then, like I said in the intro, 300th dual meet in this building, opened back in 1983, coincidentally against Oklahoma, a team that we've mentioned a couple of times. But you had an opportunity to run out of that tunnel, wrestle here quite a few times over your career. We've been in here a bunch over the last 15, 20 years doing it on the radio. It is a great atmosphere. It is a fun environment to be in, and it's hard to believe we're 300, but it also feels like there's been 500 or more because there's so much excitement that's generated within this building.
It's just an awesome wrestling facility. If anybody's never been to Carver Hawkeye Arena and you're listening to this broadcast, whether you're near or far or anywhere in between, I would highly, highly recommend making a trip and planning a trip or a vacation trip or something to Carver Hawkeye Arena to experience this, buying in, getting some season tickets. They're not that much money. They're going to continue to grow and get more expensive every year. And I would get your tickets and try and get here at least once a year, even if you live a long ways away, because the experience here in Carver Hawkeye Arena is second to none. And it will be an amazing atmosphere. And we go out to Bryce Jordan here in a couple of weeks to take on the Nittany Lions as well, too. But Carver Hawkeye Arena, this bowl-shaped arena, it's just so fun. And there's not really a bad seat in the house either. So just a fun, family-friendly environment that gets very hostile and heated when need be.
Today's meet preview brought to you by Hy-Vee. Score big savings and shop online at HyVeeDeals.com. Had a chance to track down Coach Tom Brands up in his office a little while ago. We'll take a quick timeout. We will come back and hear from him when we return. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
After a cancer diagnosis, it's natural to want to start treatment right away. But first, get a second opinion from a team that specializes in your cancer. I'm Dr. George Weiner, Director of University of Iowa Holden Comprehensive Cancer Center. Before you start treatment, you deserve to be confident you have the right diagnosis and know every option available to you. So whether it's with us or somewhere else, get a second opinion. It can change your care and your life.
Experience the wonders of an Iowa winter at Coralville's Winterfest on Saturday, January 21st from 10:30 to 4 in the Iowa River Landing and Riverfront Park. Enjoy a showcase of demonstrations, indoor and outdoor hands-on activities, entertainment, and frosty fun for all ages, featuring the Samuel Kirkwood Eagle Watch and old-fashioned outdoor fun at Riverfront Park. Hot chocolate and warm-up stations available. More info at coralville.org. Winterfest is free for you and the family.
That bill's piling up? Temporary prescriptions not cutting it? When your pet has an unscratchable itch, dull coat, or fur loss, you do everything you can to help. But the truth is, these issues start with their food. Sometimes pets just need a little something to balance out their bowl. Dinovite nutritional supplements add essential nutrients to mealtime to support a healthy digestive tract, skin and coat, and immune system. Because when your pet is their healthiest self, they're also their happiest self.
We were at a loss until we tried Dinovite. After just a few weeks, Maggie stopped all the itching and shedding. She had a healthy, shiny coat. Just a huge relief for all of us, but especially Maggie.
Get a free probiotics booster with your purchase of Dinovite for dogs by using code DOG at dinovite.com.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dinovite.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC, Iowa City.
Welcome back to the pre-meet. Time now for our talk with Hawkeye coach Tom Brands, presented by Pioneer, back at Carver Hawkeye Arena, welcoming in Northwestern here tonight. Coach, like we say each and every week, Northwestern, a team that coming off a big win last week, they're going to be ready to go. We got to see 10 guys ready to go as soon as we step out onto that mat here tonight.
Yeah, we're starting at 133, so there's a nugget of what's going on tonight. And the bottom line is we got 10 weight classes, and we got to be ready to go. We have Woods in there, and Spencer's still in there, and we're hammering and rolling, and that's what we got to keep doing. Schriever will get the nod at 133. Teskey's a little bit in and out nursing things, and that's where we're at. We're going to have Glazier in there at 197, and I tell you what, no matter who it is, we got 10 opportunities. But if you don't see the mat a lot, you got to really make the most of it. But you don't see the mat a lot anyway. The season's only 6.5 months long, so you got to make the most of it. So we'll see after this is over.
Sounds good. Thank you very much, Hawkeye coach Tom Brands. When it comes to great yield potential and strong agronomic performance in your fields, choose Pioneer. What's next happens here. Back with more of the pre-meet right after this. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Hey everyone, I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I have some exciting news to share. At Wahlburgers, we are all about bringing the family together to enjoy a great meal and have a great time. That's why right now, for a limited time, kids eat free every day at all Hy-Vee Wahlburger locations. Kids 12 and under can enjoy one free kids meal with any purchase of an adult burger, sandwich, or entree salad.
Bring the family to Wahlburgers and the Wahlburgers and Hy-Vee stores, where right now kids can eat free.
Stock up on your big game essentials with Local Craft Cellar. Local Craft Cellar in Cedar Rapids is your one-stop shop, offering Eastern Iowa's best selection of craft beer, wine, and spirits, plus Edgewood locker meats and a wide variety of Iowa-made products. At Local Craft Cellar, they have the stuff you won't find anywhere else. Stop by today at 7085 C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Again, that's 7085 C Avenue Northeast. Please drink responsibly.
Experience the wonders of an Iowa winter at Coralville's Winterfest on Saturday, January 21st from 10:30 to 4 in the Iowa River Landing and Riverfront Park. Enjoy a showcase of demonstrations, indoor and outdoor hands-on activities, entertainment, and frosty fun for all ages. Featuring the Samuel Kirkwood Eagle Watch and old-fashioned outdoor fun at Riverfront Park. Hot chocolate and warm-up stations available. More info at coralville.org. Winterfest is free for you and the family.
Let's talk Hawkeye Hoops. Hey, it's Doug Wagner, and we're launched into the Big Ten season. This Sunday at 11 a.m., you can join Hawkeye Hoops great James Moses and me for the Altor for CAD Hoops Hawkeye Huddle. We'll talk men's and women's basketball and take your calls and texts. Then later on, listen to the Iowa men take on Maryland. The Altor for CAD Hoops Hawkeye Huddle, Sunday at 11 on News Radio 600 WMT and AM 800 KXIC.
Hello, this is Jamie Heimer with Pinnacle Realty. If you're looking for help to get pre-approved, give me a call at 319-651-9617. It's easier than you think.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC, Iowa City.
Welcome back to Carver Hawkeye Arena. Iowa and Northwestern still several minutes away from getting going here on MediaCom Matt. Stephen Grace and Mark Ironside, thanking you for joining us here on this Friday evening. Starting lineups for tonight, going to start things off, as we heard Coach Brands mention, at 133 pounds. Number 17, Colin Schriever for the Hawkeyes, the sophomore at 7-5, taking on number 10, Chris Cannon. Cannon, a junior with a record of 9-4. Cannon defeated Schriever by a score of 5-3 in the dual meet last year in Evanston. At 141 pounds, second-ranked Real Woods for the Hawkeyes, the senior at 6-0, back in the lineup, taking on number 6, Frankie Talshahar. He is a sophomore with a record of 3-1. At 149 pounds, fourth-ranked Max Mirren for the Hawks, the senior at 12-1, takes on number 5, Yaya Thomas, also a senior at 12-1. At 157, number 16, Kobe Siebrecht, the junior at 6-1, takes on number 9, Trevor Chumbley. He is a junior with a record of 17-2. 165, number 7, Patrick Kennedy for the Hawkeyes. The sophomore at 10-1 takes on number 19, Max Mayfield. He is a sophomore with a record of 17-5. At 174, number 15, Nelson Brands, senior at 3-2, taking on Anka Inkmandak. He is a junior at 4-7 this season. At 184 pounds, 8th-ranked Abe Assad, the junior at 12-1, taking on Evan Bates, a freshman with a record of 11-9. At 197, Zach Glazier gets the nod in place of Jacob Warner, the junior at 5-1 on the year, taking on Andrew Davison. He is a senior with a record of 13-6. Another top 5 matchup at heavyweight. Number 3, Tony Cassiope for the Hawks, the senior at 13-0, taking on 4th-ranked Lucas Davison. He is a senior with a record of 11-1. That one loss coming out at the Cliff Keen invite to number 2, Mason Paris, and I believe that was a 6-4 score. And we'll close it out at 125 pounds. Top-ranked Spencer Lee, the senior at 7-0, taking on number 3, Michael De Agostino. He is a senior with a record of 1-1 on the year. He got banged up out at the Cliff Keen invite, and don't think he's wrestled since. They had a double forfeit against Minnesota last Saturday in their dual meet there. But like we said, Mark, you look at those lineups, quite a few guys ranked at the top 10, a couple of top 5 matchups. I think at the beginning of the year, if somebody were to say, hey, that Iowa and Northwestern dual meet is going to be an interesting one on paper, you've been like, it's Northwestern. But we're going to have to be on our A game here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we're going to have to be on our A game to win, but we're going to have to be on our A game to dominate the way that we're capable of and to wrestle to where we're not sitting here having a post-match interview with Tom Brands after this is over and it's not a very pleasant or fun interview to try and have, you know. I think if we would have interviewed him after the Purdue match, that one would have gone a lot better.
Yeah.
And I look forward to a similar interview tonight as soon as he gets up here at probably 10 o'clock tonight. And here comes the Iowa Hawkeyes right now. But I think they're going to be up and ready to go, and they're ready to go for this. 149 pounds will be the marquee match of the night, though. I'm really looking forward to that one.
Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels, Homewood Suites and Home 2 Suites by Hilton. Let their warm and friendly staff take care of you and your family when you visit Hawkeye Country. They've got the live Hawk in the building. It's the Hawkeyes.
It's always cool to see a live Hawk.
Yeah. Hawkeyes and Northwestern lining up. We're going to step out, take our final break here of the pre-meet. We will come back and have more wrestling action right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Hi, Hawkeye fans. My name is Denali. And I'm Briley. We're still members of your Iowa Hawkeye softball team. During the offseason, conditioning is number one. At Iowa City Tire and Service, they keep our cars in top running condition year-round. And they treat their customers like family. Find them at 410 Kirkwood Avenue or online at ictire.com. Proud sponsors of Hawkeye softball. Iowa City Tire and Service, where service actually comes first. Go Hawks! Woo-hoo!
Hey everyone, I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I have some exciting news to share. At Wahlburgers, we are all about bringing the family together to enjoy a great meal and have a great time. That's why right now, for a limited time, kids eat free every day at all Hy-Vee Wahlburger locations. Kids 12 and under can enjoy one free kids meal with any purchase of an adult burger, sandwich, or entree salad.
Bring the family to Wahlburgers and the Wahlburgers and Hy-Vee stores, where right now kids can eat free.
We're all looking for ways to fight inflation. Choosing Monica's can help. Their portions are big, so you can share your meal with someone in your group and still get plenty. Or just take your leftovers home for a free meal tomorrow. Also, you can always order off the specials menu. Every day there are 2 items on special. And always take advantage of free bread and soft drink refills and happy hour on weekdays. Monica's, a great way to fight inflation.
Hit a deer? Call Premier. Premier Automotive in North Liberty is Eastern Iowa's most trusted name in auto body repair. Our premier reputation is built on providing superior customer service, accurate estimates, and high-quality work. Our experienced staff guarantees your vehicle is restored and back on the road in no time. Premier Automotive in North Liberty or online at premierautoiowa.com. Drive safely, but if you hit a deer, call Premier.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC, Iowa City.
Back at Carver Hawkeye Arena. It's a Lee family day here today, Mark. Spencer's getting ready to wrestle the last match of the night here against the number 3 guy in the country.
Let's hope.
His sister just did a beautiful rendition of the national anthem.
She did amazing. I was very, very, very impressed.
And Bob Gisano informed me that today is Mom Kathy's birthday. So,
oh yeah,
happy birthday to Kathy. Bob got a cake for him to celebrate later, so we might be able to sneak up if we get out of here on time.
Who got a cake?
Bob Gisano.
You got a cake for Kathy?
For Kathy, yep.
I don't know if I'm going to be eating cake at 10 o'clock at night.
I think if it was a road trip, we'd be eating steak at 10 o'clock on the night on the bus.
Very true, but I wouldn't have just eaten a great big meal right before this show either.
You probably would have got a workout in at the hotel.
Yeah. Boy, this place is packed. A lot of people here. I'm surprised on an 8 o'clock start. I always wonder about these 8 o'clock p.m. starts, how many people are actually going to show up. And it helps being on a Friday night, versus a weeknight, or a Sunday night. But this place is pretty full. Still, the only empty seats really in the entire house are the student section, just because they're still not back in session yet.
And those are starting to fill in a little bit too.
Yeah, and those are even some students you can see have made their way back, and they start school again on Tuesday.
Like we said, going to start off at 133 pounds tonight. It is an ESPNU broadcast. So we'll have
the first time we've ever been on ESPN for a dual meet like this.
For a dual meet, yep. So it's going to be the same format where we'll have 2 matches and a break, 2 matches and a break, and then intermission. But the downside is Big Ten Network, they're like 2 minutes, maybe 2 minutes and 15 seconds. ESPN said they're doing 3.5-minute commercials.
What?
So it might be 10:30 before we get out of here.
Wow.
And I don't know, I had to wait to see for sure if there was actually there was a basketball game ahead of it. So if that was running long, it may push us back a little bit. But referees tonight, Pete Mankiewicz and Jay Cox.
Yeah, I know my daughter Hannah's at school at DMAC, and she's wanting to watch us on TV and wanting to know what channel it's on. I said ESPN. She said, but there's basketball on. I'm like, well, hopefully that basketball gets over soon. I don't know if they'll wait and then just join as it gets over or what.
What I saw is they would hold it till like maybe 8 after or so. And if basketball wasn't done by then, they would just start it on the ESPN app and then switch it over once the basketball game got done. Shriver and Cannon.
This Cannon from Northwestern, he's good. He's no slouch at all whatsoever.
Two-time All-American.
Yeah, 2-time All-American, ranked 10th. Colin Shriver getting the nod tonight. Brody Teske came back, wrestled against Purdue. Got taken down right away, but came back, had a great match, looked really good in the match. Conditioning wasn't an issue at all whatsoever, and he just looked good. But that knee injury just keeps daunting him, and it's kind of like we got to tiptoe through the season with him with that knee injury. And Colin Shriver got the task of weighing in 133 pounds, but actually wrestling 141 pounds against Phileas, and wrestled really well, I thought.
Get the okay. Thumbs up from the head table, so we're underway here at 133. Again, Shriver for the Hawkeyes and Cannon for Northwestern. Wildcats the last several years been wearing their gray singlets with the big purple N on the front of it, purple around the thighs and on the trim.
This is a good opportunity for Colin Shriver here. He's still fighting out for the spot at 133 pounds. I don't think it's just a shoo-in for Brody Teske right now, as they've had one wrestle-off, and it went into overtime, and Teske's obviously his knees kind of hit and miss right now. So Colin Shriver, he's taking these matches like it's like his spot.
Right.
That's what you have to do. And he's got his elbow all taped up. I don't think that was taped up in.
Yeah, it was.
Was it?
Yeah.
In Purdue?
I think it's been taped up trying to remember, might have even been at the Soldier Salute.
Well, this is a really, really good opportunity against a very good quality opponent in Cannon.
So far, a lot of wrestling
from
from a
ways
non-tie.
away.
Cannon, nice body lock.
That was smart of Colin Schriever right there to bail out and belly out. Right there was a double leg by Cannon. He came up into a body lock, and he was basically bear hugging Colin Schriever to his back. And Colin Schriever did a good job of just, instead of trying to fight it all the way down to the mat, he just bellied up and gave up to 2. Because if you remember a week ago tonight against Lucas Bird, in that situation is kind of almost similar to that, where he did end up fighting him, kind of getting caught and put on his back, and we didn't want to be there again.
Just getting ready to say, a lot wrestling from a non-tie, and Schriever was trying to do some snaps and whatnot, and right when I got ready to say it is when Cannon just hit that double leg.
Good hand control right now by Colin Schriever, up to his feet. Cannon throwing the leg in and was able to kind of trip and bump back down to the mat right there, slide that leg in and bring it back down. Schriever did all the right things, but the problem was he had a one-on-one hands instead of 2-on-1, and he allowed that leg to come in, snake in, and get him bring back down the mat. And now Cannon has us flattened out to the mat, and we're not in a good position here. Not in harm of getting turned, but we are getting ridden hard here. We're going to be up over the minute advantage time here soon, and we're going to have a tough time getting out. But Schriever trying to get his base back up underneath him. Cannon doing a good job of trying to keep us flat to the mat.
40 seconds, 35 seconds now to go here, first period. Schriever down 2-0. As Mark mentioned, a minute 10 and counting of riding time. Crossface to that far triceps by Cannon. Schriever trying to reach up and peel that off, see if he can scoot those legs up. Stall warning on bottom.
Well, they said last week at the beginning before that dual meet against Illinois, they were being pressured by the higher ups within the referee committees to start calling stalling on a lot more of a regular basis from that top position, and they did last week against Illinois and at Purdue, and they obviously did right there as well.
Schriever defers his choice. So Cannon will start down. Cannon 1:43 of riding time after that takedown in the first period. It's a switch action. Schriever elbow into the side. Cannon works up to his feet. Schriever pulls him back down. Cannon bounces right back up. Hand control out for the escape. 3-0 is the lead now for Cannon.
Now we got to get to our offense here, Stephen. This is where Colin Schriever needs to, if he's going to separate himself from kind of being in the back of the pack and getting up into the middle of the pack or the front of the pack a little bit, this is where he's got to get better, is on his feet, getting the guy's legs when he needs to, and finishing some shots. He's gotten a lot better as the season's been going on at finishing shots. Just needs to get some part, start pulling that trigger more often. There's a good shot from ways away. Didn't get it. Cannon came up, tried to reshot right there. We come back up. There's another double by Cannon from ways away. Switches off to a single, head to the inside right now. Schriever trying to square with him. Couldn't get his legs back. Now Cannon with the leg up in the air. Now he switches head to the outside, trips us up, and almost has a takedown here on the edge.
Right on the edge, Schriever was able to do the splits. Cannon trying to pull us back in. Schriever trying to peel that grip off. Throwing that whizzer in. There's the stalemate, 45 seconds to go.
Hey, that was a great job by Schriever right there, fighting that shot off. Tom Brandon's out there yelling at Schriever, telling him to get in there, get your offense going.
Blood time, it looks like, for Cannon. Pioneer, developing new generations of seed innovations for new generations of farmers. Boost your yields with leading-edge, locally tested seed. Pioneer, what's next happens here.
Tom really hot with Colin Schriever about getting his offense going right now. Really hot. I haven't seen Tom that upset early on in a match right there, so it might be a situation where he's really been working with Schriever a lot, you know, and talking to him a lot and trying to get him to get to that offense. That's something that you and I were just talking about and mentioning before, and not doing it, he's allowing his opponents to get to our legs way too often. And, your best defense is your offense. You got to get to your own shots. Get to your own offense. Start using your hands more, moving a guy more, get more angles, finding a way to get to the legs. You got to work hard to do that.
Yeah.
Guy's not just going to step in right into you into a shot.
Shot by Cannon, reshot by Schriever. Cannon sprawls back, catches us in a front headlock. 25 on the clock, second period. Schriever for the Hawkeyes down 3-0. Schriever's worked up to his feet. Cannon still pinching with that front headlock. Stalemate it. Go neutral in the third, Mark?
I think so. I mean, we got ridden pretty hard right there.
And he was almost out, and then he allowed that leg to sneak in.
I know, but I say neutral for sure. I mean, you're going to need to get a takedown regardless. And there's no sense in I'd see us get a take. Yeah, he's going to go neutral there.
3-0 is the lead. Cannon always real low to the mat. Colin doing a decent job keeping those hands down, except for that one takedown that Cannon has gotten. Cannon inside position on that left-handed collar tie. Schriever pops that off. There's Cannon pops elbow, gets to the leg. Head to the inside. Schriever now stuffing the head. Referee Pete Mankiewicz telling him, try to improve. Neither guy can, so they stalemate it.
Yeah, we need to take down here. We need to get going. We at least need to pick up our hand fighting and, like we were talking about earlier, our motion, trying to get to some shots.
Minute 15 to go. Crowd sensing a little bit. Looks like some fatigue for Cannon, too, as there's a shot by Schriever.
Oh, nice!
Off to the double leg.
Oh, my God.
Lost that double. Is Cannon able to square up? He's reaching back, trying to grab our leg.
How he did not finish that shot.
Now he's broken the grip completely.
I'll get back into it.
Stalemate again. The 55 on the clock. Tom Brand's telling him, you go. Keep doing that same thing. Just finish. And that's where Collins had some issues. Getting to the legs is okay, but finishing has been more of a challenge. Another half attempt there. It's Cannon sprawling back. 30 seconds to go. Another half attempt by Schriever. Cannon clears out, starts backpedaling. Schriever, another shot, gets a stall call against Cannon. Front headlock.
15 seconds. We got to be thinking feet to back. Yeah, Cannon's pretty tired, but he can afford to be right now.
He's just running away now. There's another stall call, but it's not going to matter. Point for riding time. It will be a 4-1 win for Cannon. Puts Northwestern on top by a score of 3-0. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, locally owned and operated, and voted best of the area for the 10th consecutive year, proudly supports Hawkeye Wrestling. Trust Dodge Street Tire for honest auto repair and the best deals on Goodyear and Toyo tires. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, celebrating over 30 good years on the corner of Dodge and Church Streets in Iowa City. 141 pounds. Real Woods for the Hawkeyes, back in the lineup. Taking on number 6, Frankie Tal-Shahar.
Well, this will be good. I was kind of surprised to see him wrestling tonight, Real Woods, but trust me, I love seeing it.
Yep. Right off the whistle, taps the head, gets down onto the low single, trying to get to that other leg. Tal-Shahar trying to square back up. We get back up over the hips and cover for 2.
Boy, he wastes no time at all. Real Woods has become a quick crowd favorite here in Carver Hawkeye Arena, and for good reason. So ferocious. Such a competitor.
Tal-Shahar got into his base. We throw that deep waist in, driving back forward. Tal-Shahar trying to reestablish that base, seeing if he can peel that seatbelt out. Woods trying to find a wrist somewhere. Levering into the triceps, pulls that right arm back, gets it up onto the back, throws that chicken wing in.
Trying to get
find
near
something
wrist.
post. Coming around on that left side, he's actually pulling that armbar back to him.
Trying to get that wrist. Can't get it. He's doing a good job on top, though, working both sides, trying to figure something out, trying to find a way to turn Tashahar. And he's not just sitting there trying to blanket ride or trying to get riding time. He's actually working on trying to find a way to turn him. He does have the wrist now. Now he's getting his near falls.
That reinforced Steiner tilt. Gets the 4 count. Now seeing if he can adjust with it. Minute and a half to go here, first period. Still has that arm up on the back in that chicken wing.
He's basically trying the exact same thing that Spencer did last weekend against Ramos, where he got the turn from the right side there and then tried running that single arm around the front. But Tashahar wasn't going over near as easy as what Ramos did there. We're right back to
Breaks
it.
it back down, gets that same
wrist.
Now he just
Trying
got the
to tilt him
2-on-1.
up against suicide
and
tilt,
rolls
and
it
he gets it. He's going to get another 4 count here.
There it is. Just like that, a minute to go, first period. And Real Woods on top by a score of 10-0.
I wonder what Tom's upset about right now.
I don't know. He's walked all the way over to the corner of the mat.
Well, I think they're telling him that he has to go to his corner. He said he can have the whole room. Tom is hot about something. I don't know what. He's just ornery here tonight.
There is a stall call. And Tom gives a standing ovation to that. I think if I can read his mind a little bit, there's another 2-on-1 suicide roll through. And that's going to be a 14-0 lead at the end of the first period.
Wow.
In favor of Real Woods. And
wow,
that's a
the crowd
standing
loves
ovation.
it. Crowd absolutely loves this. A standing ovation at the end of the first period. And Tashahar's going to go neutral, which, great, that's the thing to do, but I don't know. It don't really stand a chance no matter what he does here.
Well, no matter what position he takes, Real scores a point and it's over. If he chooses top and Real gets the escape, chooses bottom, he gets turned again, or goes neutral and Real gets a takedown, taps the head, swipes at that leg. Tashahar sprawls back. Tashahar bobbing and weaving from a non-tie. Woods being patient, just tapping the head, waiting, trying to pick his spot.
Snap here, snap. They're both on their knees. Tashahar up to his feet now. Real Woods.
Single by Real. Not sure if Real's kind of waiting to see if he can go feet to back, and as he does, Tashahar drops in, gets to our leg. We're able to get that leg back out, though. Tashahar reshoots. Front headlock. We square back up, though.
Well, you got to remember, Tashahar's ranked 6th in the country. He's not any slouch.
Yeah.
He's pretty darn good on his feet, and now right there we tried getting kind of fancy and doing like a little duck right action. We almost got put to our back. But we ended up getting taken down.
14-2. Woods reaching back, grabbing the leg. It's Tashahar around on the side right now. Woods is kind of reaching backwards, locked through the leg, stalemate it. 37 seconds to go, second period. 14-2 is the lead for Woods over Tashahar.
Woods might be looking a little fatigued right now.
Yeah. Up to his feet, out for the escape. That'll make it 15-2. Remember, he didn't wrestle last weekend. And he hasn't seen a lot of mat time. Big snap by Tashahar.
Yeah, we just got caught kind of overreaction right there, though. We're just not moving our feet. We're definitely fatigued a little bit right now here, Steven. 15-2 lead, plus we have 2:28 riding time. Second period about ready to come to an end. It's going to be Real Woods' choice. He's going to choose down to start the third period, I'm sure.
At the end of the second period, Real Woods, 50. Tashahar.
Looks over to the bench. Tom says, yeah, choose down.
So escape, that makes it 16-2. We need an escape and a takedown here, Steven. There's your escape, 16-2.
Swipes at the leg, missed as Tauschahar sprawls back. Could get a stall call, too.
Well, we got to get on the offense, and ever since that second period here, we've been looking a little bit tired and sluggish, and on the defense a little bit here. Got taken down once in that second period. I think we need, when we get this tired, you just need to really work your hand fighting hard just to get some snaps and go behind. Just get one more takedown. Just work really hard with your snaps and stuff and not get caught underneath. Snaps, fakes, a lot of motion. We gotta end this with a tech, though.
Well, riding time point would get you there, too.
Well, that's true.
Front headlock right now. Looking cement mixer.
That wasn't even a cement mixer. That was just a locked-up front headlock, reverse front headlock. And he needs to be smart there.
He's kind of grinning as he looked like he was doing it but didn't really force the issue. Minute to go here in the match. 16-2 is the lead for Woods.
1 minute remaining.
Snap, front headlock. Tauschahar down on his knee still. Circles back up.
I like that. I got one fan over to our right yelling, keep the pressure on. Another fan across over to the left saying, finish this. That's what I love about our fans is they're pretty knowledgeable, and they want to see the fork in her.
Yeah.
30 seconds to go in the match. We're up 16-2. We have over 2 minutes riding time. So if it would end like this, like you mentioned, we would win by tech on the riding time point.
A lot of hand fighting between these two. Shot from a ways away, Tauschahar.
Stay in there. Stay
front
in there.
headlock. We circle, go out of bounds. 15 on the clock. Tauschahar slow to get up. Woods slow to walk back to the center as well. Both these guys giving it their all for these first 6 minutes and 45 seconds.
Well, if Tauschahar was smart here, he'd be looking for something big, a big high-flying, feet-to-back type throw, trying to get himself into this, trying to get a pin. One takedown is not going to do you a whole lot of good. And
not going to get there. 0.4 riding time, 17-2 tech ball for Real Woods. Came out on fire in that first period. A lot closer the rest of the way through, but Woods does get the tech fall and puts the Hawkeyes on top by a score of 5-3. We're going to step out and take a timeout. We will be back with more from Carver right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
I want to go on the best game day beer run ever.
New route, local craft cellar in Cedar Rapids.
Let's go.
For the best selection of craft beer, wine, and spirits, the correct route is Local Craft Cellar. At Local Craft Cellar, find a drink of your choice and the unique items you won't find anywhere else. Plus, local Iowa specialties like your favorite Edgewood Locker brats. You've reached your destination. 7085 C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Local Craft Cellar, Eastern Iowa's best selection of craft beer. Please drink responsibly.
Cheers to quality beers on Saturday, January 28th at the 11th Annual Burfest. Celebrate the beers of winter and the brewers who make them at Burfest. Sample and purchase craft beers showcased by 60 breweries from across the Midwest at the Hyatt Regency Hotel at the Iowa River Landing. Proceeds benefit Coralville's Fourth Fest and the Iowa Brewers Guild. Tickets are $50. Must be 21 or older. Buy tickets at BRRFest.org.
Hit a deer? Call Premier. Premier Automotive in North Liberty is Eastern Iowa's most trusted name in auto body repair. Our premier reputation is built on providing superior customer service, accurate estimates, and high-quality work. Our experienced staff guarantees your vehicle is restored and back on the road in no time. Premier Automotive in North Liberty or online at premierautoiowa.com. Drive safely, but if you hit a deer, call Premier.
The best beers are the ones shared with friends. Gather yours and join the fun with Travel Leaders Destination Unlimited and their 23 Oktoberfest and Bohemian Adventure. Go on a trolley beer crawl in Prague, raft a river, climb a mountain, and celebrate in Munich's Oktoberfest. Learn more at duagency.com.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC, Iowa City.
Welcome back to Carver Hawkeye Arena. Stephen Grace and Mark Ironside as we get ready to move to 149 pounds, one of the marquee matches of the night. Number 4, Max Murin against number 5, Yaya Thomas. These two have wrestled 3 times before in their career. All the way back in the 2016 Midlands. And Murin winning that one by a score of 4-3. And then twice last year in the dual meet over in Evanston, Murin with the win by a score of 4-3. And then in the second round of the Big Tens, Yaya Thomas had a lead, and Murin was able to get a stall call and a takedown at the very end to come from behind to win 6-5. So it's going to be a good matchup here.
Hey, we get rid of my echo.
Oh, sorry.
There you go. Yeah, a lot of downtime between these matches, but it's pretty cool. It's on ESPN. This is in my opinion, this is the marquee match of the night right here. Max Murin versus Yaya Thomas. These two treated the fans big time in the dual meet at Northwestern last year, and then as well, I think it was in the Big Tens last year as well too. So some great wrestling between these two last year.
It's time to get up and get loud for your Iowa Hawkeyes. We have the
The Hawks split the first 2 matches. Colin Schriever falling by a score of 4-1. Got taken down, ridden out for just under 2 minutes, about 1:45 in that first period. Gave up an escape in the second. Got his own escape in the third. And then Real Woods came out. Hawk fans super excited. He was as well. Put a takedown and 3 4-point turns. Made it 14-0 at the end of 1. Got a little tired, but was able to hang on, and with the riding time point, gets the 17-2 tech fall.
Tom's over the head table going, hey, when are we going to get this thing going? He's like, I tell you what, Tom's pretty freaking fired up tonight.
I was talking to Cody Goodwin beforehand from the Register, and I said, I can always tell with Tom kind of where he's at based on how the interview goes. And there's some nights that, he doesn't even look at me. He doesn't want to do it. He just tries to avoid me. There's other times where he, grabs me, pulls me into his office, and gives me a good 2 minutes. And tonight was kind of an in-between. He wasn't super excited to do it, but he saw me and he was ready to do it. So, and then it was here's the 1 minute, you're good, move on. So, yeah, I could tell he's got a lot going through his head here tonight.
Yeah, I think this match right here has a lot to do with that too. And really pulling for Max Murin in this match here. Big match for him in Carver Hawkeye Arena. Not very many left for Murin here in Carver Hawkeye. Yaya Thomas, a very talented athlete. Hard to score on.
Thomas working a 2-on-1 right now. And comes up into a snap. Clear out. Murin keeping the arms down, coming back across. Max fighting for that inside position. As he'd come across, Yaya popped the arm off and then got his own collar tie in. And was keeping Murin from getting his hands in there on him.
Well, obviously, Thomas is doing a lot of strategicness here on Murin, trying to just control the 2-on-1, tying him up here. But Murin has to do a lot more from a hand point offensive standpoint. He's really good at banging with his hands and moving his feet and pressuring people and snapping on people. And right now he's kind of playing Thomas's game, just kind of hanging out. This is not working in to Murin's favor.
Thomas just standing straight up and down right now. His arms kind of draped right there.
Murin, there you go. You cannot play Thomas's game.
Thomas. A little snap action. I mean, it's almost kind of like Cannon in that first match where, it's like, okay, he's just kind of waiting back, and then boom, he just explodes into something. And trying to wait for that perfect setup or that perfect opportunity, catching Max reaching or not paying attention as he comes across. Another half attempt there by Thomas. Max sprawls back. Yaya trying to throw that underhook on the left side. 45 to go, first period. No score, 149 pounds. Hawks on top by a score of 5-3 in the team score.
I don't like this. This isn't like Mirren to go an entire first period, not even attempt a shot. That can be Yaya's forte, and wait until the end to score, but not Mirren. If Mirren's going to beat a guy like Thomas, like he's done twice last year, those matches were really good pace-type matches, and that's probably why Yaya is trying to slow this down. He doesn't want a fast-paced, hard match like that. Mirren's going to have to work hard to try and get that out of Thomas and make him wrestle. If not, force a stall call. But you have to force your will kind of upon him a little bit, and we just did not do that in that first period.
Mirren's choice, he defers, so Thomas will choose down. Takes his time readjusting the singlet, now gets set. Max covers. Thomas right up to his feet. Mirren around the waist, seeing if he can lift him up to return him. Cannot yet. Now drops down to the leg. Thomas launches him out of bounds. There's the escape. Hit a lat drop as they got to the edge. So that'll make.
We've got to get to the legs here, Steven. We got a minute 45 on our feet here. We have to get to the legs of Yaya Thomas. Got to find a way. Those takedowns that we scored on him last year were not easy takedowns at all. We had to work hard for him. And we're going to have to work hard for him again, but we got to put ourselves in a position to score. We can't do kind of like what happened with last week against Illinois between Nelson Brands and Edmund Ruth and let it come down to a overtime rideout. It has to be taken care of in regulation, or at least the pace pushed in regulation.
Minute to go here, second period. Thomas for Northwestern, a 1-0 lead. Hawks lead 5-3 in the team score. If you look, Mark, Mirren, his face and his shoulders red. You can see the sweat. And Thomas, it barely looks like he's even breaking a sweat or breathing hard down there.
Yaya's really controlling our left side a lot with his right hand, and we're just kind of allowing him to do it. No angles at all whatsoever.
Referee stops the action for locking fingers. Gets him right back to the center. 15 seconds to go here in the second period. Thomas basically just did 2 full iterations around that center black circle. Period comes to an end. Yaya leads 1-0. Win some sweet seats for the National College Basketball Tournament in Des Moines or a Minnesota Timberwolves game in Minneapolis. Enter non-winning Money Madness or Tripler scratch tickets in the VIP club. Find more info at ialottery.com. Mirren starts down. Tripod up to his feet. Thomas around the waist, picks us up, puts us down. Mirren back into a sit-out, trying to get that hand control. Bounces back up to his feet. Thomas around the waist. Picks us up, puts us back down to our base. Back up into a tripod. Around the waist once more. Picks us up, puts us back down. Try to hit the switch action. Now we scoot the hips back. Thomas capping that near ankle. Mirren working to his feet, trying to get that hand control once more. Thomas around the waist. Picks us up, puts us back to our base. Tripod, back up to our feet, come out of bounds, head back to the center. Thomas up to 24 seconds towards his riding time. Mirren gets set. Thomas had some tape come off his finger. Trying to find a spot to give it. Finally gives it to the side referee, Jay Cox. Mirren to his feet. Hand control.
He's
Thomas
out.
drops to the leg, but we're able to kick out, get the escape.
All right, well, now this is what it comes down to. One score, one type score match. This is what Thomas wanted against us.
So he's controlling our left side. What's Mac got to do to adjust?
We got to control his right hand. We got to control his right hand. He keeps underhooking us with it. He keeps inside tying us with it. We're just letting him get that right hand right where he wants it to be every time.
Mirren
There's
takes
a shot
a
from
shot.
ways.
Thomas felt it, sprawled out of the way. There's Thomas with the shot, grabs our leg. Mirren able to circle around, though, and gets out of that. 30 seconds to go in regulation.
Now Thomas sensing, this is the end of the match, 30 seconds to go. Now he's going to start trying to sneak something in. He's got Mirren exactly where he wanted him.
Yep.
There's a shot by Thomas. He's in deep. We try kicking out. We don't get it. That's a 2-point takedown for Thomas. We get a 1-point escape. 6 seconds to go.
Thomas just going to run away here, and Yaya Thomas going to win.
That was a
Mirren
takedown.
Didn't think it was a takedown, but it was.
That was a takedown.
Tom trying to decide if he wants to challenge it. He's going to throw the brick in, and I think this is to no avail.
Yeah,
I think the referee's going to say you're too late to be able to make that call anyways. Or at least he's going to say, hey, I saw clearly that he had it. Main Street Sweets has been serving great ice cream and food in the heart of downtown West Branch for over 10 years, offering great burgers, tenderloins, cheese balls, and more, along with many awesome ice cream treats. Order online, call ahead, or stop in to visit. Main Street Sweets, owned and operated by my wife Jessica and me, on the web at mainstreetsweetswb.com. Well, they are going to go look at it, but they just showed it up there, but I was looking down at
I don't
the
know.
time.
Yeah, he do another replay of that. Actually, now that I saw that replay, it wasn't as close as what I thought. We kept circling a motion in there and got our hand and arm. Thomas was never behind our arms. Watch this here again.
They confirmed 2 takedown.
They
I
did?
just read his.
Watch, right? Oh, you just missed it. But at the same time, Mirren's got to know you can't let that come down to one score. We called that from the first period, Steven. You could just
knew
tell.
he was waiting for
you
that
could
moment.
tell by how Thomas was wrestling and by how Max didn't wrestle that it was going to come down to that. And you cannot allow that to happen.
157 pounds, number 16, Kobe Seabrecht for the Hawkeyes, taking on number 9, Trevor Chumbley, junior with a 17-2 record. Had a big win over Brayton Lee of Minnesota last week. Seabrecht losing to Carr of Illinois on Friday. Did not wrestle on Sunday. You said you had a good chat with Kobe on Sunday. He made that trip over to West Lafayette.
Yeah, we were just talking before the duel, and he was just, chatting about, like, what, he's the one that asked me just kind of, what do you think? Where am I at with my wrestling? And just, the biggest thing with him is he just needs to get a go-to shot. He just has to get something where he can hit a single or a double or, where he can score some offensive points without relying on, his scrambling abilities or his defense and kind of just funks type stuff. He's got to get some more solid offensive attacks going. I don't remember this Chumbley too much at all from watching him wrestle last year. I don't remember even what he's like or anything, so he can't be too flashy or fancy or anything like that. Number 9 in the country. 17-2. Pretty darn good, though.
Caleb Young beat Chumbley 6-4 last year in the dual
6-4.
meet. Front headlock right now for Seabrecht.
See, and this is where I'm talking about basics right here. We have him in front headlock right now, and we didn't even attempt to hit, a good solid go behind, getting behind the arms, going one way, going the other way. We just kind of we hung over the top of him with a body lock right there, and that's not fundamentally sound. And that's a perfect example of what I'm talking about.
Is it me, or did it feel like he was kind of, almost deep, like down the chest area more with that front headlock?
Well, it's because he was over the arms.
Nice
There's a slide by.
Takedown.
That's what works for him.
Chumbley tries switching back into us, running back down to the mat, tripping back up into a sit out. Deep waist, hopping one way, now the other. As Chumbley's back to his feet, trying to trip him down, work him out of bounds. Ooh, almost got a tilt right there. They're going to challenge locked hands now.
Coach's challenge.
I didn't see it.
I don't know. Basically, as they came down out of bounds, they said he was out of bounds. So I don't think there was a spot for locked hands there because they went out of bounds.
Well, they're going to do a replay, right? This is a takedown of the slide by. Nice little slide by action.
You get, not a lot, but you get a little bit of reaction time, after you return, that your hands are together to get them apart. It's when you hold them there for, more than a second, right?
Yeah. Correct.
And to me, he returned him to the mat. They went out of bounds. If you're going to call locked hands, then you got to say that there was an opportunity for a near fall there.
I never saw locked hands.
Yeah. They confirm no locked hands.
I never saw locked hands. They just showed the whole sequence, and I didn't see locked hands in there anywhere.
On the restart, Chumbley explodes up to his feet, gets his elbows back, hand control for the escape. Bobby Telford's up, wanting a false start there. 2-1 is the lead for Siebrecht.
Well, I agree with Telford. I think that was a false start for sure. And I don't think the referees were really ready for it because their mindsets were still kind of thinking back to the locked hands call and Stornolio up and not kind of happy with that call and weren't really paying attention. That's a big point for Chumbley right there.
Final seconds tick away here in this first period. Siebrecht will take a 2-1 lead with 20 seconds of riding time. Score big savings. Shop online at HyVdeals.com. Hy-Vee is proud to support Hawkeye Wrestling. Chumbley starts down. Tom letting him know you got to be ready. Chumbley gets up to his feet, pick him up, throw him back down. Chumbley right back to his base. Trying to get a half in, around the waist. Tripping back down, standing switch action. We stay behind the arms. Chumbley up to his feet, trying to shuck that arm up over the top. Reaching back, trying to grab our ankle. Working back down to the mat once more. Almost got a wing put in as we get to the edge. Now go looking for that far arm as we push him out of bounds. Head back to the center.
Kobe's doing a great job of riding tough here off that whistle. And that's what he's got to do. He's got to stop that initial move by Chumbley. And once he stops that initial move, he's pretty good here. They're yelling. The coaches are yelling at the referees to watch him, Chumbley, for false starting off the whistle.
And he did. And they finally called it. It felt like Cannon false started a couple of times, too. Stoniolo going to get up and get his words in. Chumbley to his feet. Siebrecht couldn't pick him back down this time, so we're tied up at 2. Kobe got to 47 seconds towards his riding time. Minute 20 to go here in the second period. Kobe inside collar on the left side. Snaps to clear out. Comes right back across with that left hand. Slide by attempt there by Chumbley. Call it a slide by. It almost looked more like he just grabbed a 2-on-1 and went around to the side with it. Didn't really move Kobe at all. 45 to go, second period.
For those of you listening on or watching on TV, And listening on the radio, they must not be showing riding time on TV. There's 47 seconds of riding time built for Kobe Seabrook right now.
30 seconds.
That's annoying when they don't have a riding time on the TV.
Yeah.
That's important. Matches like this, 2-2. You know it's got to be somewhat close. Kobe Seabrook going to choose down position, probably start the third period.
15 on the clock now. Kobe, another slide by right at the end of the period. Can he bring him down?
Nope,
No, he
dang
could
it.
not.
So close.
That would have been huge right there.
Sure would have been.
Tied up at 2. Kobe's going to start down.
Second period, the score is tied. 2-2.
Come on, Kobe. Get a burst of energy here. Kobe,
set.
come on, Kobe, come on, Kobe.
Chumley covers. Kobe, slow tripod, hand control out for the escape. Chumley didn't even really try to ride right there.
Chumley knows he needs to get a takedown. Now Chumley's really starting to come after us, which honestly kind of works into our favor. There's
Kobe Seabrook. Wow. High crotch attempt by Chumley, and Kobe caught him in an over-under, kind of like a high-low, and then looked to throw that underhook by. Chumley recognized it, kind of stumbled back, and we were able to drop down, grab the leg, and pull him down for the 2-point takedown. Chumley out for the escape.
Right, with exactly 1 minute riding
exact
time.
riding time.
Which,
5-3 is the lead.
Which won't hold, obviously, if he gets a takedown on us. But that was a great...
Big snap by Chumley. Seabrook able to square back up, though.
That was some great wrestling right there by Kobe Seabrook when Chumley took that shot, caught him an over-under, almost put him to his back. And Chumley, give him credit, was able to stumble out of that and get out of that. But then in the midst of it, got out of position, and Kobe did a great job dropping it on a shot and finishing. Good transition wrestling by Kobe Seabrook.
Chumley a little more aggressive with that head.
Stay in there. Use
There's
your
a nice
hands.
ankle pick. Kobe able to get that foot back, though.
Use your hands. Come on, Kobe.
45 seconds remains. 5-3 is the lead for Seabrook. He does have 1 minute of riding time.
Stay in there. Stay in there. Come on. You know he's not going to really take a shot. Kobe, I'm talking about.
There's a shot by Chumley. Gets a stall call.
That's all right. We can afford.
Seabrook.
We can afford that. We can afford another one of those. How about a slide by? He's got to come out after his heart. That's a good time to hit your slide bys again.
Another big snap by Chumley. Another shot gets to our leg. Kobe trying to square up. Chumley
10
trying to
seconds.
get down to the ankle.
Chumley doing everything right, lifting our leg high. We're wizarding. We're trying to fight this off. We roll through here. Now we're in good position here. That's going to do it. Big win for Kobe Seabrook.
6-3 with the riding time. Knocks off the number 9 guy in the country.
Kobe gets up and says, that's what I'm talking about.
Hailing from the University of Lisbon. Showing that over-under situation again. Good job by Kobe. 8-6 is the lead for the Hawkeyes. Another TV break right now. We will step out as well. We'll be back with more from the 300th duel in Carver Hawkeye Arena history right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Hawk fans, stop in and visit Hyatt Regency Coralville Hotel and Conference Center, located in the heart of Iowa River Landing. It's within walking distance to Extreme Arena, home of the Iowa Hawkeye volleyball team, as well as some great restaurants, shopping, and scenic walking trails along the Iowa River. Hyatt Regency Coralville is also the home of the Hawk Talk with Fran McCaffrey radio show. Come find your place at Hyatt Regency, where we care for people so they can be their best.
I want to go on the best game day beer run ever.
New route. Local craft cellar in Cedar Rapids.
Let's go.
For the best selection of craft beer, wine, and spirits, the correct route is Local Craft Cellar. At Local Craft Cellar, find the drink of your choice and the unique items you won't find anywhere else. Plus, local Iowa specialties like your favorite Edgewood Locker brats. You've reached your destination. 7085 C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Local Craft Cellar, Eastern Iowa's best selection of craft beer. Please drink responsibly.
Cheers to quality quality beers on Saturday, January 28th at the 11th Annual Burfest. Celebrate the beers of winter and the brewers who make them at Burfest. Sample and purchase craft beers showcased by 60 breweries from across the Midwest at the Hyatt Regency Hotel at the Iowa River Landing. Proceeds benefit Coralville's Fourth Fest and the Iowa Brewers Guild. Tickets are $50. Must be 21 or older. Buy tickets at BRRRFest.org.
Hit a deer? Call Premier. Premier Automotive in North Liberty is Eastern Iowa's most trusted name in auto body repair. Our premier reputation is built on providing superior customer service, accurate estimates, and high-quality work. Our experienced staff guarantees your vehicle is restored and back on the road in no time. Premier Automotive in North Liberty or online at premierautoiowa.com. Drive safely, but if you hit a deer, call Premier.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Welcome back to Carver Hawkeye Arena. Stephen Grace and Mark Ironside. Hawks lead 8-6 over Northwestern. Splitting those first four matches. Hawks with a tech fall in there by Real Woods. Decision for Kobe Siebrecht. Decisions for Chris Cannon and Yaya Thomas for Northwestern. We move to 165 pounds. 7th-ranked Patrick Kennedy taking on number 19, Max Mayfield. Sophomore, 17-5 record, 3-time Nebraska state champion.
I was sitting here thinking that this was halftime. I'm always used to being after 157, and I forgot we started at 33.
Yeah, we started at 33 tonight, so. Showing replays there of Kobe Siebrecht. Slide by, that's some good fundamentals.
Did Beatty come up here just now?
He started.
Was he thinking it was halftime, too?
I think he thought the same thing.
I think he thought it was halftime, too.
Yeah.
Oh, did he? Oh, never mind. He came to say. Tanner says, we got Tanner Utley from Fort Dodge sitting up here with us tonight. He's got the headset on listening to us with us here. And Tanner said, I think he came up here to say hi to me. He's good friends with Chad Beatty. And
gotcha.
So Beatty will be joining us here at halftime after this next match.
So, funny story with that. We're going to be talking about the Arctic Plunge. I had a Facebook memory pop up today from 2014, so 8 years ago. And you were saying that you were really hoping to get to your goal. Last year in 2013, you finished second, and you were going to bump your goal up. You were just shy of 5,000 in 2013, so you wanted your goal of 5,000 for 2014. You're over 25,000 this year, aren't you?
Yeah, we've come a ways. I've gained. I guess I've gotten a lot more friends. I didn't have any friends back then. All right, here comes Patrick Kennedy, 165 pounds, also become a crowd favorite in a hurry this year. Puts a lot of points on the scoreboard, coming off of a major decision against Danny Bronigal of Illinois last weekend. Bronigal was ranked 11th, and Patrick was ranked 12th, and we put a major decision whipping on him. He did not wrestle at Purdue because he's been under the weather for quite a while, but feeling better this week.
Patrick trying to throw an underhook by to the near leg, but tight whizzer thrown in by Mayfield.
Max Mayfield is a redshirt sophomore with a 17-5 record, currently ranked 19th. Patrick Kennedy has moved up to 7th after that win. He went from 12th to 7th last week.
By the way, my mom and dad say thank you because they also were looking for the riding times. So
very welcome. My daughter Hannah was texting me and wanting to know where it was at, what it was at.
Even if they're not in Carver, our fans are the best because they know what's going on. Kennedy working hard with that left side underhook. There he fakes, drops in on a sweep attempt. Reshot there by Mayfield, but we're able to get our leg back. Underhook on the right side this time for Mayfield. Patrick trying to push into him, see if he can clear out. And there he swims his arm out. Mayfield just pushes him away. Snap into the ankle pick, cuts off to a double leg. Now back down to that single. Kennedy trying to get that leg up on the shelf, see if he can drive through. Gets up over the hip and covers for the two.
Workmanlike, that's what he is.
Well, that was a good adjustment. The ankle pick was there, but then he wasn't able to get enough momentum going forward with it, so he switched off to that low single and stayed low with it. Almost got a suck back right there. I'm sure you've seen it too. Jacob Warner not wrestling tonight, but he's right there on the bench. He sees that suck back. He starts getting up to his feet.
Nothing wrong with Jacob Warner. Just gave him the night off. Patrick Kennedy, that's just the kind of wrestler he is. He's not really super quick and flashy and high-flying and throwing type of wrestler. Just very, very workmanlike. Just really heavy hands, works you hard, picks you apart.
False start on bottom.
That would be on Northwestern there again.
Gets the call of cheater from somebody in the crowd. Mayfield to his feet, gets the hand control that time out for the escape. 50 seconds remain here, first period. 2-1 is the lead for Kennedy. Patrick snap, now comes into that underhook.
Need another one this period. 45 seconds, plenty of time to score another takedown.
Snaps, Mayfield clears out. Patrick comes back across, underhook on the left side. Snaps into a front head.
Good snap into the front head.
All the way down to the mat. Short offense, trying to circle one way. Can't get it. Now goes back the other way with that underhook. Yeah, Mayfield is leading that right foot heavy. Stalemate with 16 on the clock. I haven't noticed if that's just when he gets that underhook in, but that's where that ankle pick set up that first takedown for Patrick. There's a nice duck attempt into a single leg attempt. Up to his feet. He's got short time. 4-3. Trying to get up over the head. Mayfield hanging on tight. Trying to limp arm, and we cannot.
Great effort by Kennedy right there at the end of that period. Great shot. I've never seen Kennedy hit that shot before.
Yeah.
Hit like a duck to a crotch, high crotch right there. That was good wrestling by Patrick Kennedy. I'm sitting here saying he's not very flashy and stuff like that, and then bam, he proves me wrong.
Slow tripod up to his feet, reaching back for that hand control. Almost had it. Mayfield trapped that ankle, but Kennedy able to pull that free. Gets the escape, gives him a 3-1 lead. Coming back to work, snaps into that front headlock. And that left arm, there's a stall call on Mayfield for backing out against that. Pull him all the way down to the mat. Mayfield hanging onto our right elbow, trying to pull that out.
22 seconds riding time right now for Kennedy.
Right on the edge,
There you
tries
go,
to push him
Connor.
out. Mayfield circled back in. Now Mayfield drops for a shot. We stuff the head.
Circle.
Trying to get around behind, but Mayfield able to stay square with us.
But this is good wrestling. See that heavy hands coming right back to with heavy hands there? Another more heavy hand. Just keeps wearing, but we're allowing Maxfield to wrestle on that edge a lot.
50 seconds to go here, second period. 3-1 is the lead for Kennedy, for the Hawkeyes, against Mayfield for Northwestern. Iowa on top, 8-6 in the team score. Snap, double leg attempts. Throwing that whizzer in tight. Right on the edge. Kennedy trying to step all the way across. And almost did, but he didn't hang on to it.
Oh, I think that was two. That was two. He had that ankle. That side referee, what's his name?
Jay Cox.
No, the side referee, Jim Torvik.
No, Cox is the side ref, isn't he?
No, Jim Torvik is the side ref. I think he's going to overturn this. Or they're going to go back and look at it again. At least he told the head referee that we need to look at this. There's a replay up above. Nice snap.
I thought he had
Wizard.
it. Had the whizzer. And
limps out.
Kennedy steps all the way across. Limp-armed his arm out.
Yeah, there's the two.
Ankle.
That was the two right there.
They said no.
Look at Terry. Terry is so upset.
Terry just waving his hands at him.
We've been chasing this Maxfield all over. Every single time we get somewhere right on the edge. And he hasn't been called for stalling once, has he?
One time, yeah.
Once. There's a shot by him, though.
We'll get our leg back into that front headlock. Up with the underhook. Trying to go to the far knee. Stumbled a little bit. Mayfield tried to reshoot against us. We got back up onto our feet. A big snap by Kennedy. Period will come to an end. 3-1 will be the lead for Patrick. Molly's Cupcakes proudly serving their cookies and treats inside Kinnick Stadium at Carver Hawkeye Arena. For a taste of unique flavors you'll love, stop by their downtown Iowa City location for homemade cupcakes, cookies, cakes, bars, and coffee drinks. Molly's Cupcakes, proud supporter of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Mayfield starts down to begin the third. Kennedy, deep waist, gets him flattened out. Mayfield working back up to that base. Trying to get into a tripod. Kennedy, looking at near ankle, now a sit out. Patrick behind the arms, around on the left side. Mayfield up to his feet. Kennedy tried to drop to the leg. Mayfield able to get out for the escape, though. Makes it 3-2.
Well, I'm not worried about Kennedy in this particular situation. Some of these matches, like what we were talking about with Max Mirren and Thomas and coming down to the end, and this isn't one. First of all, we have the lead, but two, Kennedy's not one that kind of just lets it come down to the end. He's been working hard this whole match, using his hands, moving his feet, getting the shots. And here's Mayfield again, stalling on the edge. We've got to be thinking about calling him for stalling again.
Kennedy.
There's a stall. There's a stall. There's a stall. You betcha. You betcha.
That'll make it 4-2 now in favor of Kennedy.
And you know what? The Northwestern bench isn't arguing it at all.
There's a shot as Kennedy's reaching across.
Yeah, caught reaching there big time.
Draped up over the back. And Mayfield should be in decent position here, and he's just kind of draping his arms like, what do I do?
Well, we have both of his ankles, and we're pinching his head hard, and there's a stalemate. But Kennedy should learn from that. You can't just come across reaching. Hands low till you get your hands on him. There's another shot from Mayfield from ways away.
Front headlock for Patrick.
30 seconds.
Get your arm out of there. We're in front headlock. You need to clear your arm.
And it's funny because he almost was pushing that arm in, wanted to get it in there deeper. At that front head, they clear out. 15 seconds to go in regulation. 4-2 is the lead for Kennedy. Mayfield. Tried another attempt there. We just catch him in the front headlock. Shot from a ways away. Patrick Kennedy will get the win by a score of 4-2. And as we head to the intermission, Hawks on top by a score of 11-6. No cancer is routine. If you've been diagnosed with cancer, you want to be sure your diagnosis is accurate and that you have the most up-to-date treatment plan. Before you begin your cancer treatment, you owe it to yourself and your loved ones to get a second opinion to be sure you get the personalized care your diagnosis requires. Holden Comprehensive Cancer Center is ready to quickly provide you with an expert second opinion to ensure you get the right care for your unique cancer. It's as easy as making an appointment. Visit uihc.org/cancer to learn more. We are at the intermission. 11-6 is the lead for the Hawkeyes. Back right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
I want to go on the best game day beer run ever.
New route. Local craft cellar in Cedar Rapids.
Let's go.
For the best selection of craft beer, wine, and spirits, the correct route is Local Craft Cellar. At Local Craft Cellar, find the drink of your choice and the unique items you won't find anywhere else. Plus, local Iowa specialties like your favorite Edgewood Locker brats. You've reached your destination. 7085 C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Local Craft Cellar, Eastern Iowa's best selection of craft beer. Please drink responsibly.
Cheers to quality beers on Saturday, January 28th at the 11th Annual Burfest. Celebrate the beers of winter and the brewers who make them at Burfest. Sample and purchase craft beers showcased by 60 breweries from across the Midwest at the Hyatt Regency Hotel at the Iowa River Landing. Proceeds benefit Coralville's Fourth Fest and the Iowa Brewers Guild. Tickets are $50. Must be 21 or older. Buy tickets at BRRRFest.org.
Hit a deer? Call Premier. Premier Automotive in North Liberty is Eastern Iowa's most trusted name in auto body repair. Our premier reputation is built on providing superior customer service, accurate estimates, and high-quality work. Our experienced staff guarantees your vehicle is restored and back on the road in no time. Premier Automotive in North Liberty or online at premierautoiowa.com. Drive safely, but if you hit a deer, call Premier.
We all love a good win. Catching up with friends, saving money at the pump, soaking up the perfect Iowa day, sitting down to a really, really good meal. These are the everyday delights that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the wins that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the crop they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Learn more about how to share your own wins at iowacorn.org/Iowans win.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Welcome back to Carver Hawkeye Arena. Stephen Grace and Mark Ironside as we are at the intermission. 11-6 is the lead for the Hawkeyes. Chad Beatty is excited because the plunge is tomorrow, so that means he doesn't have to come on and talk to us anymore.
That's right. That's right. We're jumping tomorrow.
We are jumping, and is there going to be enough ice?
Yes, me and Dan Dennis went out there with Ryan Key, one of our board members, and we cut the ice. Dan Dennis did with a chainsaw, and it's 7.5 inches
Are
deep.
you serious?
Yeah. 7.5 inches of ice. So
wow.
I think we're set.
Yeah, we're totally fine.
Yeah.
You could drive a car out there.
Yeah. So we were like, me and Key were looking at each other like, Dennis, you're the little guy. Why don't you walk out first? So it's going to be awesome.
So, funny story. I was just telling Mark right before the commercial break there, I had a Facebook memory popped up from 2014.
Oh, man.
He was upset in 2013. He got second place, and he was just shy of his goal. So, he upped his goal to $5,000. He was just shy of $5,000 in 2013.
Wow.
Can you read where he's at right now?
$25K.
8 years
That's
ago.
That's incredible.
In 8 years, he's quintupled how much he brings in.
Wow. Mark Ironside pushing the pace on everybody. He's going for that tech. That major wasn't good enough. He's getting the tech, which is true Mark Ironside fashion. I love it.
You're the man. You're supposed to do. It's what you need to do.
Nice job. It's like you're practicing what you preach.
That's right. So we are up over 100K.
Yeah, over 100K. What are we at exactly?
108, I think it was.
108, which is incredible. That's incredible.
108,444.
And that's been like, I think it's almost over or close to over 600 donations. Like 600 different people have donated to this event. And
I think Mark and I
Wrestling
combined for 500 of them because we don't have any of those $5,000 donations.
Yeah. And it's like, it's kind of like our inner circle, how it works. It's a little bit by a lot of people.
Yeah.
And that really pays off. And we are really blessed to have such an awesome fan base. And hopefully the next 24 hours, it just keeps going up and up. You know?
Well, we got 24 hours, Chad. Tell them where they can go, where they can get online, where they can pledge, where they can come find us tomorrow, and at what times. Give them all the pertinent information for everybody listening out there.
All right, listen up. So you go to HawkeyeWrestlingClub.com. You go to events in the top left corner, and then you scroll down to the Arctic Plunge. And at the Arctic Plunge, you can go to Learn More or expand the Learn More, and then it'll take you right to the page where you can donate. And you can look for and search for Mark Ironside, Stephen Grace, myself, Terry Brands, Bobby Telford, all the people that are jumping tomorrow. And I do want some ice cream, but I'll take it. Yeah, I'll hold on to it. All right.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And you can go online. You can pick your favorite jumper and donate to the cause. It's incredible. We feel Hawkeye Nation behind us, and we're super excited. So I want to say thank you to you guys because really, you guys went out and did some work, and that's important. It's really incredible. So
thanks. It's part of our job, Beatty. I mean, it's our job to be supportive of the program, and we got the ability to capture the audience of many listeners and promote obviously ourselves, but also just the Hawkeye Wrestling Club in general, including you, who's having a great run. Are you up over 9,000 now?
I'm really close.
Really close.
Yeah.
Hey,
I got some Wilton Beavers helping me. So
hey, are you part of that group, or is that group the Wilton Beavers?
Yeah. I recruited 3 Wilton guys, and they've been pitching in.
Yeah, they're doing great.
Yeah.
Hey, I got to.
This ice cream is melting on me now.
I got to stick around after the duel tonight. We need to figure out some logistics because.
Yeah. Oh man.
I had said my goal was 2,000. I said if I got to 2,500, I'd let my girls push me in. I just gave you another $350 night. That puts me at like $2,960.
I'm going to donate the rest.
My oldest daughter, Riley, I said if we get to 3,000, she's going to jump in my place. But you called me.
Oh, I like that.
You need my help to actually talk tomorrow night.
Yes.
So I got to figure out how can I get my girls to push me in a way that people can enjoy it, but I can still help out and do all the MC work.
I think they got to jump in with you. I think they just straight tackle you like you did to Ironside last year. That's the only way to do it.
I think you show up early, let them do it early, and be done with it, be nice and warm, and then you just take on the duties of MCing for the rest of the night.
Yeah, but how's he going to MC without his right-hand man? That's what I'm wondering.
Oh, he's golden. He doesn't need me for that. He doesn't even need me for this. I'm just extra baggage.
He's going to do great. He asked me to write up some stuff, and I didn't, so we're going to wing it. We're going to be like, literally.
Hey, if you want, I could come and jump or do my jump early, and I could hang out with you and help you if you need it.
Hey.
I can hold your hand through it.
If you give me names and just a little bit of a bio with the person, I'll take it from there. I just said, give me some info. Like, you got this really cool hat on, Chad, that's
nice,
50, right? 73 to 23 for the Hawkeye Wrestling Club.
Mark Ironside. Love it. He hooked it up.
That's fresh off the press right there.
Right. This is a prototype.
Yeah, I know that's the first one.
Yes.
I know we got 3 or 4 guys that are going to be competing overseas in
a
few weeks. And so,
ultimately, that's why we're doing this
that.
fundraiser.
Yeah.
That's why we're doing this fundraiser, so we can provide for our athletes so they can compete and train at a high level, in a great environment, Iowa City, Iowa. So
that's right.
Yeah, I'll give you some background. I got two volunteers, Jenna Novak.
Oh yeah, I'll just give her the mic. She'll take over.
Exactly, and Zoe. They're going to help you tomorrow.
Nice.
And I said I'll give you a little extra swag if you help out.
I think you should have Mariah help out. If she's
Mariah's
not jumping,
that's good point.
She should. That'd be a great job for her.
You know what? I just looked at her. I think she nodded. She's helping.
Yeah, there you go.
I think I saw it happen.
Yeah.
So. All right, Mariah's
Everybody heard it right here on the radio. It's 100% accurate.
Hey, we're excited. If you haven't done so, go out to the HawkeyeWrestlingClub.com and place your pledge and donate to the Hawkeye Wrestling Club Arctic Plunge. It goes on tomorrow. The public can come and watch, too, at 3. Starts at 3 p.m. They'll start jumping right around 5. We'll have free beer and pizza. It's a lot of fun. People dress up in costumes. We have our coveted All-American Awards for the top 8 fundraisers. So we're excited.
I've been hovering at that 10 to 12 spot. I'm like a round of 12 kind of guy. So
yeah,
I gotta step my game up a little bit.
Hey, you and me both, man. My goodness, that's giving me flashbacks. I hate.
Well, Chad,
we're excited.
We're pumped. We're looking forward to it. And, hey, it's going to be a great day. 40 degrees, so that's
Yeah.
7-inch of ice, 40 degrees. You can't beat that.
Tom said he told Key, hey, get that sauna going at 1 p.m. so it'll be nice and hot when we all show up.
I'll try to get there about 2:30 or 3 and jump in. I got to work the ice cream shop for a little bit in the morning, so we'll go from there.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
You're the man.
I'll help you get that off since you got ice cream everywhere. But Chad Beatty with the Hawkeye Wrestling Club as we've got our Arctic Plunge taking place tomorrow. Still time to donate. Mark Ironside or Stephen Grace. We are the two that really just deserve the most money, so don't worry about any of those other guys. Or go to anybody. It doesn't really matter. But 110,000 roughly that we're at. We need to get to 150, so
they usually have a lot come through at the end, And if you're also, if you've never been there before, it's actually pretty fun to go to and look and watch and see. So
how about that? Listening in on the radio, 2-time state champion from the mean streets of West Branch. I remember correct, just past the bar out in Washington State, Cade Jones.
Oh, yeah.
195-pounder back in the day. He just gave me a $20 pledge.
There you go. That boy, Cade.
I love it. Thank you very much.
Cade was a fun man to watch wrestle.
So I've got somebody that pledged me $50. They said they would double the donation if I pull the girls in with me. I just had Scott Toma, he's the athletic trainer over at West Branch, said if I wear a tutu, he'll give me $100. So
I'd bump that up to $250.
$250 and I'll do it, Toma.
$250 for the tutu.
And somebody's got to find me a tutu. I don't know if the girls will fit me anymore. 174 pounds back underway here. 11-6 is the score in favor of the Hawkeyes. Nelson Brands for Iowa taking on Enka Enkmandak, a junior with a 4-7 record for Northwestern. Hawks winning 3 out of the first 5 matches. Tech falls 17-2 by Real Woods. Kobe Siebrecht wins 6-3. Patrick Kennedy wins 4-2. Colin Schriever lost to Chris Cannon by a score of 4-1. And Max Murin gave up a late takedown, losing 3-2 to Yaya Thomas. Brings us here to 174. Minute gone by, no score here.
Oh, this is the tough one to pronounce.
There's a nice high crotch attempt, cut off to a double.
Nice
2-point
shot.
takedown for Nelson.
Nice shot, nice finish right there by Nelson Brands.
Let's just have all the action be in favor of Nelson, and we don't have to worry about saying Northwestern's name very often. They go out of bounds, head back to the center, minute 45 to go.
And while we're going back to the center, I want to give out a shout-out who just Mike Williger from Humboldt, Iowa. He was always listening. He just had a knee surgery, and we hope you have fast and a good recovery, knee surgery recovery. As us wrestlers, we know everything about knee surgeries, and no fun. And but we appreciate you listening and staying down and out here tonight, and staying off your knee, elevated, and doing the right things, and a quick recovery. And go Hawks! Appreciate it very much.
Speedy recovery.
Humboldt.
To
That's
you.
a lot of heritage up there.
Oh yeah. Nelson rides for about 30 seconds. Enkmandak out for the escape. This makes the score 2-1 in favor of Nelson. Noticed a lot this year, Mark, where Nelson's so good with his snaps and everything, but even right there, just kind of he'll let the other guy get a collar tie, and he kind of just drapes his other hand up there, and it feels like if he could just use that a little bit more. And I don't know if that elbow injury is in his mind a little bit or what he's thinking there, but
there's a nice snap right there. You get fouled through with it. We got 45 seconds to go here in the first period. Beautiful sweep head to the inside there by Nelson, though. Almost cuts off here, right on the edge.
Inkmandak now trying to spin the other way.
How can Inkmandak, just work on the edge here? Come on, Nelson, pull him in a little bit. You got 30 seconds. That's a lot of time here. Now he's grabbing our hand here. Pull him in a little bit. Be patient here. There you go. Watch your own feet. Keep pulling. Shelf it up. There you go. Put it up on your leg. There you go. Still got a little bit of time.
15 on the clock. Doc able to square out. They circle out of bounds, head back to the center with 11 to go.
Dang it. That would have been a good takedown for us right there towards the end of the first period. Sneak a 4-1 lead and go into the second period. But first period going to end 2-1.
Doc dropped to his knees like a duck. Didn't go anywhere with it.
Anki Mondak. You know what? This guy's name would be really good. He'd be a really good doctor someday.
Yeah.
He might be going to Northwestern. He might be a doctor.
He's from Mongolia originally. He was born there and then moved to California as a youngster. I think, if I remember correctly, because I was looking through all their bios, they don't have notes. As he hits a nice roll right there. Nelson lets go, gets back around the waist, works him over to the edge of the mat. I want to say economics maybe was his major. Get up to their feet, and they go out of bounds. 56 seconds towards riding time for Nelson Brands. Inkmandak started down to begin this second period. Nelson with the takedown in the first. There's the riding time for Nelson.
That's big, though. He's got riding time. Now he's got to make a decision if he's going to ride him out the rest of this period or if he's going to let him go and try and get a takedown. I think he's probably, my guess is going to try and ride him tough here. Continue to build that riding time. But let's see if we can get a turn. Let's take it a little bit further. Now we got him flat to the mat here. He's got that far wrist. Got to continue to keep driving forward.
Riding with that deep waist right now. Trying to work a 2-on-1 on that right arm. Coming around now, seeing if he can get that arm up onto the back. Inkmandak throwing the butt up in the air. Nelson lets go of that wrist. Inkmandak into a sit-out.
Well, now we've pretty much committed to the ride. Now that there's only 40 seconds left here in the second period. We're going to have plenty of riding time going in the third period, but 2-1 score. Like to see us look for more turns from the top, though, Stephen.
Yeah.
We're just like riding to ride, and we're just like right there's a perfect example. We get that far wrist right there, drive them over the far wrist, and we're just trying to cover hips and ride, and it does the job. But the fans are hungry. They want to see near falls and pins. That's what's fun.
Now there's a stall call on Nelson on top.
Stall warning.
5 seconds to go in the second period. They're going to stop it. Nelson's bleeding on his chin. He got cut kind of on the right side between the lip and the bottom of the chin.
Well, he had something there, too, at Purdue on Sunday as well. I noticed when we were over there at Purdue. I think it's just something like an old something that came open or something right there. For those of you just joining us and listening to the halftime show about the Arctic Plunge tomorrow, I think that starts at around, 3 or 4 o'clock?
Yeah, doors open at 3, and then I think the actual jumping is going to be 5 or 5:15. Yeah.
Over at Brown Deer Golf Course. And it'll be, by the time we start jumping, it'll be just getting dark.
I look over and I see Connor McCaffrey in the building. They had a big come-from-behind win last night against Michigan.
I didn't get home from work last night until about 8:30, and I went to turn the TV on, and I just missed it.
They were down by 10 with 10 minutes to go. Peyton Sanford hit a 3 and got fouled. They were down by 4 with 20 seconds to go.
Good job by Nelson up there, up to his feet and immediately out from escape in about 3 seconds.
Nelson leads 3-1, plus he's got riding time. I'd like to get a major out of this, Mark. It's me being greedy, but Inkman working that 2-on-1 against Nelson. Nelson swiped at the leg. McDock taps the head, trying to get a shot of his own. Nelson just sidestepped him. Back across. Inkman throwing an underhook, trying to get to the ankle. Nelson sprawls.
He must be bleeding out that chin. Look at the back of, let me see this.
Inkman
Look at the back of his singlet.
Yeah.
It's got blood all over it. 1 minute to go here in the match. Nelson up 3-1 with riding time 4-1. Nice snap right there by Nelson. No follow through, though. One more takedown right here would really just help the domination aspect of this match for Nelson.
Slide by attempt by
There you
Inkman.
go. Nice reshot, but didn't foul through with it.
35 to go in the third. Both these guys in this third period, it's like they're going to set something up and they're going to change levels and take a shot, but they aren't committing to it. They're like 60 to 70%, and then they stop and back out.
Nice snap. Snapped him into our legs, but he just quit and gave up, and we got a nice, easy 2-point takedown. Are we letting him go again? With 10 seconds?
5-2.
Stephen, what's going on? There's a shot, though. He's going to get this. He got another takedown.
7-2, 8-2.
8-2 with the riding time.
14-6 is the lead for the Hawkeyes. When you plant Whipples, you're not just choosing superior seed corn, you're making a statement, one that says staying independent, staying family-owned means something on your farm. So make your choice, plant your independence. Plant Whipples. 184 pounds, Abe Assad for the Hawkeyes, taking on Evan Bates, freshman with an 11-9 record.
Now, Bates, that's something more of my...
Yeah.
What do you want to call it?
In your wheelhouse?
In my wheelhouse for pronunciation.
Your repertoire?
Yeah.
For Northwestern, redshirt freshman Evan Bates.
Assad making his way out with Iron Man by Ozzy playing in the background.
Let's see if we can get another fall here. It's coming off of a fall from Sunday in Purdue when we were out there. That was nice, too, because that was from that top position when he got an actual turn and turned him over and pinned him. It was really good to see out of Abe Assad. See if we could possibly get 2 pins in a row here out of Abe. He had too close of a match against Illinois on Friday night, winning that one with the takedown late in the third period.
Abe trying to work that 2-on-1. Could not, though, get anywhere with it. (14-6) is the lead for the Hawkeyes.
Bates with a shot there, reaching kind of far away from his knee there. There's
nice low single by Saad.
Got to come up in the air, and he starts to. Bates draped over the back of us. He's pinching our head with their knees there. This is where you got to pop hard here. Pop one of them knees off really, really hard, and he's just kind of trying to roll back and stack up Bates a little bit, but now Bates has our ankle, and now we're getting extended. We're probably going to see this go to a stalemate.
Saad trying to scramble from down there.
Call a stalemate. Let's go.
Each guy has the other's ankles
come
here.
on, quit wasting time. There you go.
1:36 to go in the first. No real action right now, just kind of feeling each other out.
We got to
fighting.
Find a way to get back to his legs.
Here, Terry Brands hollering, "Your offense."
One minute to go here in the first period. No score. Hawks leading this one 14-6. Schriever started this dual meet out. We started 133 pounds.
There's a nice low double again by Assad. Cuts off to the single, but good job by Bates, able to get his legs back. Abe adjusting. Still on that leg. Now comes up into a body lock, kind of that underhook seat belt. Foot sweeps him down and gets the 2-point takedown. Good adjustment there by Abe as he was on that double, cut off to the single, and then just came up, had that deep waist in, and then foot sweep and basically dumped him down. And covers for the 2-point takedown to take a 2-0 lead into the second period.
Nice job by Abe. He's got 23 seconds built towards his riding time at the end of that first period. Assad's been doing a much better job the second half of the season coming out and scoring takedowns off the whisk right out of the gate in the first period. Not against Illinois last Friday night, but besides that, been doing a really good job of it. Took him a while there, but he finished there. Starting in a down position here to start the second period.
Slid out, up to his feet. Trying to get that hand control. Bates drops down to the ankle, wheelbarrows us back down to our base. We reach back, trying to grab a leg. Work back up to our feet. Bates down on the ankle, we're right on the edge. Slide out, head back to the center. Minute 35 to go. Riding time starting to tick in Bates' favor now. Kind of like you said in that, when he was caught in that position where he had the knees pinched, he was draped over the back. And sometimes when you get to this point, it's not a, I got to feel it, it's a, I got to make it happen.
Yeah, you just got to explode. You just got to say, I'm getting out right now. And you just got to shimmy off. Throw your hips back in, shuffle one way, shuffle another. I mean, you just got to find a way. It's kind of like being held underwater a little bit. You just got to find your way to the top. Come out, poof, breathe.
3-0 is the lead for Assad.
Tom was just working that in practice the other day, too. Coming up to your feet like that and just shimmying both ways. Get the guy off. He's like he was talking, and he said it perfectly. It's more of an attitude once you get to that point than there is technique.
Sweep attempt there by Bates. Reshot there by Assad.
Get the corner.
Stepping over and gets the 2.
Good job.
Oh, looking for a whip over. And they blow potentially dangerous. Or no, injury time. Assad hit that sweep, got around, and then was coming up looking for that whip over. But as he was making that transition, Bates called for injury time.
Let's see if we can
that
find
left
out.
knee.
See if what happened to this left knee in that particular situation.
Well, Assad had it.
Well, he was cutting the corner. He was doing a great job getting the angle. And that's the leg that he had right there, too, right?
Yeah, it was.
Well, I'm thinking we're going to see replay.
Showing it right here. Cody Goodwin's got it. Yeah, it was. He had it, and when he was taking the shot, he had it kind of twisted outside a little bit. But as he cut the corner, it went back straight, but then he went up into like a bent leg Turk as he got down there. So it's not like he was cranking it to the outside.
Well, now because of the injury time, it will be our choice to choose, and we're going to choose down.
So 29 seconds, opportunity to get out again here for Assad.
You got to work hard here. He had to work hard that first time to get out. He's going to have to work hard in 20 seconds here. Up to his feet, and he's out. 1 point escape. Good job, Abe Assad.
How about a takedown in 15 seconds, too?
Abe now has 29 seconds built towards his riding. Or no, that's actually Northwestern.
Him.
That's Bates' 29 seconds of riding time.
Abe with the underhook. Bates had his hand on the inside of our right thigh. Just posting right there.
6-0 lead for Abe Assad going into the third period. Bates is going to choose down.
So Abe's going to need a couple takedowns here. Riding time not a factor unless he rides him all the way out.
Let's try that
There's
suck back again.
Yeah.
Almost had it. Bates up to his feet, getting hand control. Draping on the left side. We are hard, trying to pull him back down, and we do. Oh, we go for a cradle. We get locked up. Can he do anything with it? No, he broke the grip. Dang it. I liked it, though. I liked how he's been headhunting. He was going for that whip over right at that time that Bates took injury time, and then he was going for a cradle there.
Slide out of bounds, 1:23 to go. Bobby Telford up, telling Abe, hey, look at the clock, look at the score. 6-0. Even if you ride him out and get your riding time point, you're still a point away from the major decision. The tripod by Bates. Abe's going to let him out now, so that'll make it 6-1. Don't think Bates has been called for stalling yet in this match. Snap by Bates. We dive in on a shot, straight on. Now clear out, back into a front head. Reshot there by Bates. We stuff the head and get to go behind for two. Come right back out front, trying to let him out. Bates diving for our leg. Now we're trying to lock around for a cradle.
We got to cut him first. We got to cut him. We got to get him away. Let him go away.
There's the escape. That makes it 8-2.
You know, the takedown and ride out for the major.
Seconds.
25 to go. Snap by Abe. Tried to get into a shot. There's a shot from a ways away by Bates. We try to throw the underhook. 15 to go. The fans sensing it, knowing that Major would go a long ways here.
There you go.
Goes the other way.
Nice
Dumps him
job.
down. Covers for two.
Split the legs. Hold him on his back. Bates got bellied out, but that was big of Abe Assad to get a major there. Great job, Abe.
10-2 is the final score. And that will put the Hawkeyes on top by a score of 18-6 as we move to the final three weights. Abe-tone the crowd. Let's hear it a little bit more.
He likes that. He likes that a lot, that major decision. That's a big deal for him. He doesn't get a whole lot of those.
We will step out, take another break. We'll come back with more from Carver right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Okay, close your eyes and imagine.
Well, unless you're driving.
Yes, imagine you bought a scratch ticket from the Iowa Lottery.
Or someone gave you one.
Yes, right. And you scratch, and you've won.
One big.
Yes, in fact, there are 13 holiday games with big cash prizes. And if you don't win, play it again. You can still win up to $100,000 in the VIP club.
But you have to enter and see rules and complete details at ialottery.com/VIP.
Yes. Thank you.
I want to go on the best game day beer run ever.
New route. Local craft cellar in Cedar Rapids.
Let's go.
For the best selection of craft beer, wine, and spirits, the correct route is Local Craft Cellar. At Local Craft Cellar, find the drink of your choice and the unique items you won't find anywhere else. Plus, local Iowa specialties like your favorite Edgewood Locker brats. You've reached your destination. 7085 C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Local Craft Cellar, Eastern Iowa's best selection of craft beer. Please drink responsibly.
Cheers to quality beers on Saturday, January 28th at the 11th Annual Burfest. Celebrate the beers of winter and the brewers who make them at Burfest. Sample and purchase craft beers showcased by 60 breweries from across the Midwest at the Hyatt Regency Hotel at the Iowa River Landing. Proceeds benefit Coralville's Fourth Fest and the Iowa Brewers Guild. Tickets are $50. Must be 21 or older. Buy tickets at BRRFest.org.
Hit a deer? Call Premier. Premier Automotive in North Liberty is Eastern Iowa's most trusted name in auto body repair. Our premier reputation is built on providing superior customer service, accurate estimates, and high-quality work. Our experienced staff guarantees your vehicle is restored and back on the road in no time. Premier Automotive in North Liberty or online at premierautoiowa.com. Drive safely, but if you hit a deer, call Premier.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Back at Carver Hawkeye Arena. 18-6 is the lead for the Iowa Hawkeyes over number 12 Northwestern right now. 3 weights to go. Get ready for 197. Zach Glazier getting the nod for the Hawkeyes tonight, taking on Andrew Davison. Senior at 13-6. I didn't realize, Davison and their heavyweight Lucas Davison are brothers, but I didn't realize that their dad, Keith, wrestled at Wisconsin.
I did not know that either.
I think he was a Big Ten champion, a couple all-time All-American. You got the Freddie Mercury at Wembley Stadium. Deo going. Jacob Warner, not surprisingly, getting into it. He enjoys himself down there, even if he's in the lineup. You know.
Well, this would be his match coming out right now, 197 pounds. But Tom Brands gave him the night off, so we're going to see Glazier come out here tonight. I like this. I like this music by Glazier.
A little Big and Rich.
Ride a Cowboy. I love this. Nice good beat come out to it for a walkout song. Is that Glazier? Is he out of Minnesota, right?
Yeah, Albert Lee.
He had a good Soldier Salute tournament. Placing third in that event. Lost in the semifinals. This will be a really good match for him if we put our backup guy out and he beats Lucas. Or not Lucas, but Andrew Davison. The thing about Glazier is he's going to wrestle. He's going to wrestle 7 minutes. He's going to give you everything he got.
Davison hits a sweep. Glazier able to reach through, grab the leg, flatten him out, get him fully extended here. Going to get a stalemate.
Probably looking at the future of
nice
Iowa Wrestling,
single.
197 here right now next year. Nice shot by Glazier.
Davison diving through, grabbing our ankle. We come through the back door.
Hold on, watch your knee. Watch your knee
Davison
here.
grabbing that leg. Glazier for the Hawkeyes all the way around behind. Glazier gets that knee tweaked. Davison cranking on it. Glazier had to basically just bail out, otherwise he'd be on that operating table with Mike
he got to the
Humble.
point there where his knee was getting cranked on quite a bit where he had to bail there.
Glazier to his feet out for the escape, so he trails 2-1.
I wonder if DeAugustino's going to wrestle, and he's walking by us down there in front right now with his earphones in, or iPod on, and his earphones in, and so he's getting ready like he's going to wrestle. I know the fans will be really disappointed, and if we come down to the last match of the night, sit around and wait until almost 10 o'clock at night, and they don't get a chance to watch Spencer Lee wrestle.
Yeah. It's a low single this time by Davison. Glazier has to just bail out, gives up the 2.
2-point takedown, Davison.
Glazier over in front of the scorer's table, up to his feet. Davison drops down to the leg. We turn, try to kick out. Slide out of bounds, head back to the center. 59.7 to go, first period. False start on top. Davison, his first.
A minute to go here in the first period. We're down 4-1. Glazier up to his feet, hand control and out. So there's a big escape point. Makes the score 4-2.
Gotta move his feet.
He does. He's been moving them. He's doing all right. He just got caught in that one nice low single there by Davison. But usually Glazier, he makes the match wrestle 7 minutes. There's a nice shot right there, head to the inside, but Davison got his leg back. That's what I was just saying. I mean, he'll wrestle for 7 minutes. Glazier will. There's a shot right there by Davison, and we kind of snapped in the mat, just couldn't follow through.
15 to go, first period. Snap by Davison, but we're able to square back up. Period comes to an end. 4-2 is the lead for Davison. Iowa Style Apparel is your stop for all things Hawkeye. Get the latest looks for Hawk fans of all ages, including an expansive Hawkeye wrestling section. Shop online at iowastyleapparel.com or visit their store on Edgewood Road Southwest in Cedar Rapids. Iowa Style Apparel, your home for all things Hawkeye. Davison starts down to begin the second period. Looks like he false started again. Gets up to his feet, hand control, and is out for the escape. So Davison of Northwestern leads Iowa's Zach Glazier 5-2, minute 45 to go, second period.
Davison has 31 seconds built towards his riding time. Big takedown right here. We got to get a big takedown here.
There's Glazier, head to the inside shot again. Davison able to reach back, got all the way around us, right on the edge. Glazier able to kick out, circles back in. We were in deep on that shot, and Davison reached back, locked through our crotch. Go out of bounds. Continuous action. Tom Brand's telling Davison, or telling Glazier to keep pushing Davison there. So Pete Mankiewicz telling the guys to let go of the fingers. They keep locking their fingers.
Come on, Glazier.
Snap by Davison.
We got to get back to that leg like we were that first period where we almost had that score and then ended up getting our knee kind of tweaked and torqued out there. And we ended up giving the takedown up, but that was a good shot by Glazier.
Stopping it for locking fingers. There's an ankle
nice.
break.
That's
Head
a
to
shot
the
right
outside
there.
this time by Glazier.
Oh, dang it. He's got our ankle.
There he has cut off.
We still got our ankle here. We're going to, close. We got to get our ankle free. We step over here, doing all the right things. There's a 2-point takedown for Zach Glazier. Nice job.
Now ride him
Good
tough here
work.
for 15 seconds. Stalemate it. Davison still had our leg.
Big ride here, like you said. 13.9 seconds left on the clock here in the second period. This is a big ride if we ride him out this period, Steven.
Official's time is Glazier's headgear.
Not only for
twisted.
the 13 seconds we save the escape point, but also from the riding point standpoint, giving us a little bit more freeway of time to get out from underneath.
Switch by Davison.
Up to his feet, trying to get hand control.
Glazier drops down to an ankle. Back up to their feet. They slide out of bounds.
Nice. Good job, Glazier. Got 2 seconds left on the clock as they go back to the center.
Davison set. Glazier covers. Another false start, it looked like. Ride him out, though, so it will be 5-4, the lead for Davison as we go to the third. Glazier will start down. Davison has 11 seconds built towards his riding time.
That's a big takedown and a big ride right there by Glazier. That's what we needed in the second period to set ourselves up, get ourselves back into this match, set ourselves up for a third period.
Another false start by Davison.
Like, blatantly.
Clear. I mean, there's Glazier's headgear comes unsnapped as he gets the escape, but that ties it up at 5. Looks like it actually broke, so they're going to find different headgear. Jesse Donenworth has a backup pair on his belt there. Jesse's prepared for everything.
I hope he doesn't have to wear that backup pair. That backup pair is no fun. It doesn't look like a very comfortable headgear to wear. Telford fixed it.
Bobby Telford can fix anything.
That's why you should keep a screwdriver in your pocket to pry that little button thing off.
Yeah.
The snap off.
Back to action. 1:45 to go in regulation. 5-5 is our score. Zach Glazier for the Hawkeyes. Andrew Davison for Northwestern. Iowa leads 18-6 in the team score. Glazier looking for that low single. Reshot there by Davison. Another reshot by Davison. Gets 2 hands to the leg. Glazier hipping into him, though. Almost cracked him down. Now Davison gets around behind for the 2.
We got to come up. We got to get out. We need an escape here. Still got a lot of time. Up to his feet, trying to get hand control. It gets a 1-point escape. That makes it 7-6. Takedown puts us in the lead. Glazier's been doing good at finishing shots once he gets in. He's kind of been having a little bit of difficulty getting in. Crowd getting behind him here.
7-6 is the lead for Davison.
Shot
by
from a
Glazier.
ways away.
Yeah.
Too far away. 40 seconds to go.
Comes up underhook.
We got to get back to the legs, Glazier.
Reaches for a shot.
Oh,
Reshot
my
there.
goodness. Terrible.
He's able to somehow square back up. They slide out of bounds.
26 seconds left.
After that shot, it was like his feet were just stuck, and Davison almost had an easy go behind. 25 on the clock. Takedown wins it. There's a shot, touch the leg.
We keep shooting to the back leg, though.
Yeah. There he tries to limp arm out. Now comes into an overhook.
Headlock, something.
Goes to that far ankle. And he's not going to be able to get through. And Davison is going to hang on to win 7-6. Makes our score 18-9 now in favor of the Hawkeyes. We move to the heavyweights. Number 3, Tony Cassiope for the Hawkeyes. Taking on number 4, Lucas Davison, a senior with an 11-1 record. 7-3 was the score last year in favor of Tony in the dual meet. These two also wrestled in the U23 finals, and it went to the third set. Davison beat Cassiope in one of those.
I think that was in Omaha or Lincoln, Nebraska, maybe. I can't remember.
This Davison is tall and lean.
This is going to be the first big test of the season for Tony Cassiope, besides obviously the All-Star match against Kirkley of Penn State, where he got beat handily. I mean, but that doesn't count towards your ranking or your record. Tony Cassiope, as of right now, undefeated on the season, 13-0.
If I remember correct from that duel last year, Davison actually rode Tony for a while. Tony was able to get the win. I think I saw Davison weighed in at like 235, 238.6, something like that.
Looks bigger than that. Nice shot right there by Davison. Tony trying to get his leg out, and he does. That's pretty impressive by Tony Cassiope right there. Really impressive.
Was deep, and Tony got that toe to the mat and then did a full 360 to spin to get away. Snap by Davison. We try to shoot off of that. Davison keeps the arms down, though.
Davison's coming at us.
I remember how Tony took him down last year. I don't remember if it was a snatch or if he hit one of his low singles.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
Minute 45 to go. You were watching on TV.
I was. I didn't make that trip last year, but I was watching it, listening to you and watching it on TV.
Davison snatch there by Davidson. Minute 25 to go, first period. No score at heavyweight. 18-9 is the lead for the Hawkeyes. Davison doing a lot with wrists. Trying to keep Tony's hands off of him.
Tony hasn't fired a shot yet.
No.
That's what I'm kind of surprised about. You know, we've gone through 2 minutes of wrestling here in the first period, and Tony hasn't gotten a shot off yet. That's not like him. And that's where I'm a little nervous about beating, you know, like Kirkley,
Mason Paris.
We have to score offensively against them. And those aren't the matches where you want a ledge to just come down towards the end again. We keep talking about that, but we need to get on the offense earlier in our matches.
30 seconds to go.
I mean, the days of two just kind of big, overweight guys hanging and pushing on each other over. I mean, these are all athletes out there on the mat right now and very athletic and want to put it to use. Get after it.
Big snap there by Davison. We get into a head to the outside shot. Roll through here.
Up in the air with it now, Tony. Up. Posted. Good job. Now come
Davison
up.
Locked through our crotch.
5 seconds
to roll
is
us
all.
through again. Almost holding us there in that neutral danger. Tony trying to come through the back door. Cannot. Scoreless after one. What were you just saying about athletes out there? There was some athletes in that scramble right there.
These two guys here are some big, major athletes here.
Cassiope's choice. He'll start down to begin the second. He's set. Davison covers. Davison, a lot of forward pressure on Tony. Cassiope builds up to his tripod. Hand control, out for the escape.
Look at that. He's trying to get out for an escape, and Davison's like stalking him and running after him on the mat. This Davison came to wrestle tonight for sure. He's going after Tony. which is good to see.
And as a competitor, that's where you got to say, okay, now I got to step my game up a little bit.
Look at him. Look at him move his hands, moving his feet, bobbing and weaving. I mean, snapping us, hitting a shot on us again, head of the inside single.
Tony trying to get that toe down to the mat. Davison trying to readjust, see if he can elevate it here. Trying to drive through, and Tony gets out as Davison's lost the grip on it.
Oh, my goodness. I don't know how he got that out of there. Now he knows he just dodged a bullet there.
Yeah.
He knows he has to go now. They got to be looking at calling Tony Cassiope for stalling right now. He has to go. He's been pressured the whole time. He's got to be thinking about getting some offense going here of some sort.
30 seconds to go, second period. Cassiope leads 1-0. Tony left-handed on that collar, forehead to forehead. Stop the action for locked fingers.
Only 10 seconds to go here in the second period. Cassiope's going to take a 1-0 lead into the third. Davison's choice. I'm sure he'll choose down. Cassiope tough on top, though.
He's been able to ride Davison.
That's probably why Davison wanted a takedown so bad. Yeah. Really tried hard to score a takedown, and then hoping that maybe he wouldn't have to go underneath him and make this decision.
I think Tony might have gotten away with a false start that time. Tripod by Davison. Tony around on the right side. Davison up to his feet. Hand control out for the escape. So we're tied up at 1. Davison has been the aggressor from their feet. What are you seeing that is open there for Tony, Mark?
Well, nothing's really open right now because he's not using his hands and setting anything up. He's not really moving his feet in any kind of forward lateral motion. There he had a little bit of motion going there trying to set something up, but nothing's open because he's not trying to open anything up. He's not using his hands. He's not snapping. He's not going 2-on-1s. There's a shot right there by Tony. Somebody got through the arms, elevates the leg, picks him up. Bam! 2-point takedown.
Davison bounces right back up to his feet. They go out of bounds. Good job by Tony. We got blood time, it looks like. It's actually another snap by Davison, but Tony felt that coming and just, instead of snapping and coming back, he exploded into it. And then, I don't know if I'm sure you did, but he got to that leg, but he didn't hang on the knee. Watch, he's at the knee. He stands up, boom, slides right down to that ankle right away to get it way up above his head and then drive it down. Davidson's several inches taller than Tony, and he tree-topped that high to be able to take him all the way to the mat for the 2.
I'm watching Patrick Kennedy right now because they're playing some Rob Zombie, his walkout song, and Patrick Kennedy loves Rob Zombie, and he's down there just like headbanging rock. He's like hardcore rock.
I like it. Back to action here after they get the cut on Tony's cheek cleared up. 1:04 to go in regulation. 3-1 is the lead for Cassiope. Riding time just now starting to tick in Tony's favor. Davison, tripod, now up to his feet. Tony around the waist, now drops down to the leg, gets a stall call against himself. Now Davison kicks out, 45 seconds to go. 3-2 is the lead for Cassiope. Davison reached for a shot. Tony kept the arms down, though. Tony's got to be smart. Stay in. There's another shot by Davidson. Don't let the referee call a stall on you here. There's a shot, reshot by Tony down on that ankle. Fully extended. Davison dives over the top, trying to kick on Tony's arm, see if he can adjust and scramble out of this. Tony comes up himself.
Turn in. Oh, now look at Davison scrambling.
Uh-oh. 6 seconds left. Tony hanging on to that ankle.
Yeah,
Davison around behind. Right 3, 2, 1. Davidson did not get there as Tony hangs on to the ankle long enough to fight off the scramble, and he wins by a score of 3-2.
Wow.
What a match.
That's the first time besides in the All-Star meet. Tony's been pushed all year, really, and that was good for him. He needed that.
Makes the score 21-9 in favor of the Hawkeyes.
Sweep. That's a big sweep of a takedown. Nice foot sweep by Tony for a takedown.
We're going to step out, take another break. We'll be back with more right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
I want to go on the best game day beer run ever.
New route. Local craft cellar in Cedar Rapids.
Let's go.
For the best selection of craft beer, wine, and spirits, the correct route is Local Craft Cellar. At Local Craft Cellar, find a drink of your choice and the unique items you won't find anywhere else. Plus, local Iowa specialties like your favorite Edgewood Locker brats. You've reached your destination. 7085 C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Local Craft Cellar, Eastern Iowa's best selection of craft beer. Please drink responsibly.
Cheers to quality beers on Saturday, January 28th at the 11th Annual Burfest. Celebrate the beers of winter and the brewers who make them at Burfest. Sample and purchase craft beers showcased by 60 breweries from across the Midwest at the Hyatt Regency Hotel at the Iowa River Landing. Proceeds benefit Coralville's Fourth Fest and the Iowa Brewers Guild. Tickets are $50. Must be 21 or older. Buy tickets at BRRFest.org.
Hit a deer? Call Premier. Premier Automotive in North Liberty is Eastern Iowa's most trusted name in auto body repair. Our premier reputation is built on providing superior customer service, accurate estimates, and high-quality work. Our experienced staff guarantees your vehicle is restored and back on the road in no time. Premier Automotive in North Liberty or online at premierautoiowa.com. Drive safely, but if you hit a deer, call Premier.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Back inside Carver Hawkeye Arena, the 300th duel in the history of this building has been a good one. A lot of good matchups. Hawks on top by a score of 21-9. As we move to 125 pounds, Spencer Lee against number 3 Michael DeAugustino, a senior with a 1-1 record. Drake Ayala actually beat DeAugustino last year in that dual meet. Final score was 6-5. DeAugustino, two-time All-American, finished 4th last year. His dad wrestled at Maryland, apparently, so several alum, Big Ten alum with kids wrestling. His fans have been treated, Mark.
Yeah, they have. And now I don't think there isn't a soul in this place that has left early. Not very often that Spencer Lee's the last match of the dual meet.
Yeah.
This might be the first time in history since he's been here that he's been last.
I want to say there's at least one other time. I can't remember when.
Interesting to see what he likes best, first or last. Coming off a 1 hour away, and I'd have to say last.
Honestly, knowing Spencer, just get me out there. I don't care if it's first, second. I'll wrestle 1 through 10. I'll wrestle all of them. I just want to wrestle. I want to compete.
Look at this crowd.
Little We Will Rock You makes its way to the loudspeaker. Spencer makes his way out against DeAugustino. Number 3 in the country. Only 1-1 on the year, though. Got banged up out at the Cliff Keen invite.
Boy, I love how the crowd gets into this. Pyrotechnics are going off. Everybody's on their feet. We Will Rock You playing. This is such an awesome environment in here. I got goosebumps. Listen to that. Everybody's standing. Last match of the night. What time is it?
10:07.
10 o'clock.
It's way past our bedtime.
Oh, man.
Mark.
DeAgostino comes across with a hard right hand on the back of Spencer's head immediately. Spencer returns with a hard right hand of his own. Spencer's headgear is halfway off his head. I think DeAgostino's fingers were caught in it there, or purposely. There's a high crotch attempt by Spencer. He cuts off to a double. 2-point dang down for Spencer. Trying to keep the leg in there for a leg turn. Didn't get it. Now he's starting to work DeAgostino over on that left side like he always does, going for his tilt.
It's amazing how easy Spencer makes
goodness.
that look. As I say that, he had that wing in, and DeAgostino kind of hipped back into him, almost put Spencer in some danger right there.
Well, Spencer went with it and rolled him through, trying to get a half in a roll-through situation there.
Spencer got a little high with that wing, so he drops down to the wrist, trying to readjust. DeAgostino throws that butt up. Spencer levering the triceps. Gets that wing in again, but as he does, stand up with it. Spencer bumps him back down.
Spencer having to work really hard right now on top. And I just always am amazed by how he works his...
Now he's got that wing, getting a little high with it. Just comes back out front, lost
different things. He lost that there, but that's how, you know what? I love how he's always going for, near falls and falls in that top position. He's never riding just to ride or blanket ride. There's a lot to be learned. Everybody says, Spencer Lee is a phenom, but, just how he rides is what's most impressive to me. And not how he rides, but his mentality when he's on top. Runs back to the center. DeAgostino walking back to the center very slowly.
He never got his foot on the line, and the referee started it, and he's kind of like, hey, wait, I wasn't ready. Well, get in there and go.
Inside tie by Spencer. There's a high crotch attempt, but he backed right back out. There he went right back in a carry right there, out to the outside. Got his takedown. Now he's looking for near falls. He's got the pin. There's the fall. That's headhunting right there. That's how you headhunt.
There's nothing to say. There's nothing to say. Spencer felt it, went to it, did it.
Fans got their money worth tonight.
2:01, the time of the fall. 27-9, the final score in favor of the Hawkeyes. Man, he went to that carry, got the takedown, but he was still not in a great position when he was there, Mark. But he kind of slipped that arm out from between the legs and then just came up over the head and was able to pull it down for the fall right there. As Hawkeye coach Tom Brands making his way up here to join us. Coach, they saved it for the last match of the night, but that's the way you want to close things out, get the fall by Spencer Lee right there.
Yeah, explosive move, right? Ironside, explosive move. That needs to be the theme, though.
But explain how what sets Spencer apart from so many other wrestlers out there, how he catches him in the midst of that carry after DeAgostino was almost off, and then he puts him right back there.
He chain wrestles. A lot of referees would give that 2 right away there because his head was down and holding. But then when it doesn't go his way, his head comes. It's chain wrestling. It's boring to talk about, but it's magnificent to watch. And we need more of our guys doing that. Like Nelson Brands could have blown his guy away. Abe Assad, he got a major decision. Good job, but it can be faster and deeper penetration and letting it fly to where, that needs to be more of the theme. We're going to Penn State here in, 2 weeks from tonight. So we got Nebraska next week, Friday, and Wisconsin on Sunday, and we gotta just keep getting better. We gotta get our best lineup. Real Woods first time in the lineup. Hasn't had a lot of mat time. Shouldn't matter, but it does matter. And so we just gotta put the right things together. It's a common theme. We got to have the lineup on the mat, and then you got to be able to train the lineup for a long period of time. You got to put like 75 workouts in a row. Well, we don't have 75 left, so and I'm talking about good workouts. And so we got to keep building. And that mindset is crucial right now, as you know. That mindset is crucial.
How big of a win is that for Kobe Seabrook? What can he gain from having a win like that tonight over a much higher-ranked opponent?
The crowd sure showered him with praise. And, that guy, here's the thing. It was good, stingy wrestling. Cassiope, same thing. Guy was in deep on us twice. We're too strong there, but we don't need to be there either to show how strong we are. But Seabrook was he was rewarded with his he was at Penn State. He was rewarded with his performance for the we got a lot of fans yelling at me by the fans for his win. And I think we can open those matches up. That's where I'm at. We gotta score more.
We agree. We're right there with you. So next Friday night, we got Nebraska right back here. So looking forward to it.
There's a note here that says, "Where's Tom?"
I looked down and you were gone.
After the break, I was gone a long time. It's funny. You're getting Spencer ready to go. And
hey, we keep. That's why, a couple years ago we missed.
You know what? It's good to know you're missed. Ironside and Grace, it's good to know you're missed.
Thanks, Tom.
Are you going to be missed? Or are you going to be present tomorrow for
I will be present, but I'm jumping early. If you want to see me jump, you got to go early. I get in that hot box. I sit in there. I'll bring a bungee cord. I'm going to get a little workout in. And when I get baked good and hot, I'm in that sauna. I'm going to be taking off down there. I'm going to jump in. Then I'm going to run to the freaking car and drive home and take a shower.
Okay.
So I won't be there during the time everybody else is, but we're over $100,000 right now for that thing. This thing's been kind of like people come to town for this plunge.
Yeah,
I know.
They literally come to town.
Yeah.
People talk to me all week long. They're so excited, and Ironside does a great job. Grace is jumping out. Is your daughter jumping with you?
I'm like $20 away from 3,000. So.
But is your daughter?
Well, I said if I get to 3,000, Riley's got to jump in my place.
She should jump with you anyway.
Yeah. Well, all three of them want to push me in, so that's the important thing.
Well, you drag them all in with you. Hey, we'll see you.
Thanks, Tom. That is Hawkeye coach Tom Brands. 27-9 was the final score here tonight for the Hawkeyes over Northwestern. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back with more from Carver right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Cheers to quality beers on Saturday, January 28th at the 11th Annual Burfest. Celebrate the beers of winter and the brewers who make them at Burfest. Sample and purchase craft beers showcased by 60 breweries from across the Midwest at the Hyatt Regency Hotel at the Iowa River Landing. Proceeds benefit Coralville's Fourth Fest and the Iowa Brewers Guild. Tickets are $50. Must be 21 or older. Buy tickets at BRRFest.org.
Hit a deer? Call Premier. Premier Automotive in North Liberty is Eastern Iowa's most trusted name in auto body repair. Our premier reputation is built on providing superior customer service, accurate estimates, and high-quality work. Our experienced staff guarantees your vehicle is restored and back on the road in no time. Premier Automotive in North Liberty or online at premierautoiowa.com. Drive safely, but if you hit a deer, call Premier.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
Stock up on your big game essentials with Local Craft Cellar. Local Craft Cellar in Cedar Rapids is your one-stop shop, offering Eastern Iowa's best selection of craft beer, wine, and spirits, plus Edgewood locker meats and a wide variety of Iowa-made products. At Local Craft Cellar, they have the stuff you won't find anywhere else. Stop by today at 7085 C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Again, that's 7085 C Avenue Northeast. Please drink responsibly.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Welcome back to Carver Hawkeye Arena. Stephen Grace and Mark Ironside. The 300th duel is the 274th victory in Carver Hawkeye Arena for the Hawkeyes. 27-9 the final score. And Mark, kind of like Coach Tom Brands talked about, we talked about it a lot too. We win 7 out of 10 matches, but some opportunities there that we could possibly have blown that open a little bit more, scored some more points, got some majors, or at least had some matches that weren't quite as close as they had to be.
Well, obviously, when Tom kind of wanted to leave there, and I wanted to ask him, like, what do you say to a guy like Max Muir when he said we need to score more points? Well, in that match, we didn't score any points, but the escapes and no takedowns for Max Muir, and just need to get to those legs, and we just can't. It was a good night, but it could have been a better night, and Max Muir is the one that really kind of. Doesn't ruin the night, but it would have been a really good night if Max was able to win that match and pull that match out. But Max, that's a good learning experience, hopefully a learning experience for Max, and the fact that he cannot wrestle a guy like Yaya Thomas and wait for it to come down to one score at the end to wins the type of match. And hopefully he learned that, and he saw that, and he felt that tonight from the very first get-go of that match. He let Yaya Thomas dictate how that match was going to go, and it came back to haunt him. And but it was a good dual meet. It was a fun dual meet. There's a lot of talk out there saying how this could be a close dual meet. Could come right down to the wire. But 27-9, that didn't happen. But it also helps when you have your whole lineup, right? In there. When you got Real Woods in the lineup. Now, if we can get Brody Teskey in the lineup, that would help. That's maybe a victory there at 133 pounds. That's a great opportunity. If we have Warner in the lineup tonight at 197 pounds, we.
You look at 33-3.
35-3. It could have been a shutout tonight.
Yeah,
it literally could have been a shutout tonight if we have our whole lineup in there. We're that close, and people are expecting it to where it could be either a really tight, kind of down to the wire duel, or it could be a shutout. And that's where Tom has just been kind of frustrated. It's been unfortunate, for our fans, is we just can't get that lineup together and have them practice on a regular basis as needed. Like a guy like Teskey, he just, it's hard to train every day and be ready and prepared yourself when you can't even practice how you want to practice in the sport of wrestling. And it's just, but that's what happens in the sport of wrestling, in a contact sport, and it's unfortunate.
All said and done, though, the Hawks do move to 10-0 on the season and 3-0 in Big Ten Conference action. Let's take another quick timeout. We'll come back and get our Riverside dual meet recap and wrap things up from Carver. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Cheers to quality beers on Saturday, January 28th at the 11th Annual Burfest. Celebrate the beers of winter and the brewers who make them at Burfest. Sample and purchase craft beers showcased by 60 breweries from across the Midwest at the Hyatt Regency Hotel at the Iowa River Landing. Proceeds benefit Coralville's Fourth Fest and the Iowa Brewers Guild. Tickets are $50. Must be 21 or older. Buy tickets at BRRFest.org.
Stock up on your big game essentials with Local Craft Cellar. Local Craft Cellar in Cedar Rapids is your one-stop shop, offering Eastern Iowa's best selection of craft beer, wine, and spirits, plus Edgewood locker meats and a wide variety of Iowa-made products. At Local Craft Cellar, they have the stuff you won't find anywhere else. Stop by today at 7085 C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Again, that's 7085 C Avenue Northeast. Please drink responsibly.
Hey everyone, I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I have some exciting news to share. At Wahlburgers, we are all about bringing the family together to enjoy a great meal and have a great time. That's why right now, for a limited time, kids eat free every day at all Hy-Vee Wahlburger locations. Kids 12 and under can enjoy one free kids meal with any purchase of an adult burger, sandwich, or entree salad.
Bring the family to Wahlburgers and the Wahlburgers and Hy-Vee stores, where right now kids can eat free.
Hi, Hawkeye fans. My name is Denali. And I'm Briley. We're still members of your Iowa Hawkeye softball team. During the off-season, conditioning is number one. At Iowa City Tire and Service, they keep our cars in top running condition year-round. And they treat their customers like family. Find them at 410 Kirkwood Avenue or online at ictire.com. Proud sponsors of Hawkeye softball. Iowa City Tire and Service, where service actually comes first. Go Hawks! Woo-hoo!
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Welcome back to Carver Hawkeye Arena. Stephen Grace and Mark Ironside putting the finishing touches on a 27-9 victory here. Grace can talk. That'd be fine. She's jumping.
Yeah. Grace, you want to talk? Come on over here. Grace, what do you have to say right now? Okay? Tell America, what do you have to say right now?
Our Hawkeye dual meet recap tonight, presented by Riverside Casino and Golf Resort. Started at 133 pounds. Colin Shriver drops a 4-1 decision to number 10, Chris Cannon. Real Woods puts up 14 points in the first period, comes away with a 17-2 tech fall in the third. Max Mirren gets taken down in the final 30 seconds, gets an escape but can't get anything else, loses 3-2. Kobe Siebrecht knocks off number 9, Trevor Chumbley, by a score of 6-3. Patrick Kennedy, a 4-2 win over number 19, Max Mayfield. Nelson Brands wins by a score of 8-2. Abe Assad gets a 10-2 major decision. Zach Glazier loses a 7-6 decision to number 28, Andrew Davison. Tony Cassiope fights off a shot at the very end to hang on for a 3-2 victory after a nice takedown in the third. And then Spencer Lee needed 2 minutes and 1 second to get a fall over Michael De Agostino to make the score 27-9 in front of a sold-out crowd here for the 300th dual meet in Carver Hawkeye history. Today's Hawkeye dual meet recap presented by Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, home of the Draft Day Sports Lounge, a luxury hotel and spa, 5 restaurants, and more, just minutes south of Iowa City. Grace?
Grace is on air with us. Hey, Grace, real quick. Grace, tell everybody what you're doing tomorrow.
I'm jumping in the plunge.
You are.
She is jumping in with Miss Maggie here.
Nice.
With Telford. What's your guys' team?
I see Telford has a lot more pull than we do.
What I want you to do is I want you to put a plug into all the listeners for the Dream Team.
I don't know what that means.
What's your team name?
Oh, Hair by Grace.
Yeah.
Hair by Grace.
Hair by Grace. Everybody go
I don't do hair
follow
very
me.
well.
How do you do the
Go
Hair by
follow
Grace?
me
How do you
on
do it?
Instagram. What do you mean?
Hair. There's an X in there.
Oh yeah, my Instagram is Hair X by Grace.
So if your Arctic Plunge team name is the Dream Team,
Yeah.
made up by
Bobby
Telford, and you three are a trio. You're jumping tomorrow.
Yep.
So if everybody goes to the Hawkeye Wrestling Club, I believe they're trying to get to $5,000, and Grace has got some work to do, and Maggie here. But if anybody go to the Hawkeye Wrestling Club and try and work your way up to get in the Dream Team, led by the man himself, Bobby Telford, you're going to see these three come. And Telford told me how he's going to take you guys and how you guys are going in tomorrow, and I cannot wait to see this.
No.
How excited are you for tomorrow?
Oh my gosh.
Hey, it's supposed to be 40 degrees.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. Beatty said the inch is 7 inches thick.
7.5 inches thick ice, so we're
you
good.
kidding?
We're
Plenty
good.
of ice
yes,
there.
Plenty of
I
ice.
was hoping for a pool.
All right. Well, my daughter Grace and Mags are jumping tomorrow. They're jumping to Telford. They got the team name Dream Team. Last-minute plungers, you can pledge all day tomorrow up into the event. But if you go to Hawkeye Wrestling Club, go to the events page, look at Arctic Plunge, and then scroll on down to the jumpers. And
say what Schamberger's. Just read it. Don't even. Just,
Give all your money to Grace and not to Ironside. He is too famous.
there you
Facts.
go. Josh Schamberger.
I agree.
Shammy has spoken.
The only reason I'm in the lead every year and I'm doing really well and I take the lead, which I never win, which is totally fine because I'm just a carrot. But that's the only reason is because Josh Schamberger withdrew himself from the race a few years ago. So if he was still in the race, then I would probably not even be in this league. He's like the most famous man in the world now.
For sure.
Especially in Wrestletown, USA.
He could just pick up the phone and he'd get delegations from around the world sending him money.
I wouldn't even stand a chance if Shammy was still in the race. So,
well, all said and done, it is 3 o'clock. Everything opens up tomorrow over at Brown Deer Golf Club, and we'll be doing all the jumping and everything from there starting at around 5 o'clock. It's still time for you to go make your donations to any jumper. Help us get to that goal of $150,000. We're at about $110,000 right now, so still got some work to do, but we're going to get there.
Hey,
Mark?
I appreciate Josh Schamberger listening. That's a good audience right there.
Yeah.
It makes me feel good that Josh Schamberger listens to us.
I appreciate it, too. He's a good guy, so like that soldier salute this year. I agree with his text message he sent to us earlier, so really love it. So we'll see you tomorrow over there to do some jumping, and then we're right back here next Friday night, our next wrestling action, another 8 o'clock start time. It's on the BTN, so only 2.5-minute commercials instead of 3.5 or 4-minute commercials. So hopefully we're done before 10 o'clock next week. But Nebraska coming to town, that'll be another big one for the Hawks. So we'll have the pre-meet coverage starting at 7:45. So until then, Mark, let's go get limbered up so we can jump in some cold water tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. See you over there.
For Mark Ironside, this is Stephen Grace. Hawks win 27-9 over Northwestern. We'll talk to you next Friday night right here in Carver once again. Until then, this has been Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
I want to go on the best game day beer run ever.
New route. Local craft cellar in Cedar Rapids.
Let's go.
For the best selection of craft beer, wine, and spirits, the correct route is Local Craft Cellar. At Local Craft Cellar, find the drink of your choice and the unique items you won't find anywhere else. Plus, local Iowa specialties like your favorite Edgewood Locker brats. You've reached your destination. 7085 C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Local Craft Cellar, Eastern Iowa's best selection of craft beer. Please drink responsibly.
I'm in a test plot near Portageville, Missouri that's dedicated to new Pioneer brand A-Series and List E3 soybeans. Row to row, it looks impressive. But what's more impressive is what you can't see with the naked eye. Exclusive and elite Pioneer genetics. And the performance makes it anything but a regular Enlist E3 soybean. From field to lab, Pioneer brand A-Series and List E3 soybeans are like no other.
We're all looking for ways to fight inflation. Choosing Monica's can help. Their portions are big, so you can share your meal with someone in your group and still get plenty. Or just take your leftovers home for a free meal tomorrow. Also, you can always order off the specials menu. Every day there are 2 items on special. And always take advantage of free bread and soft drink refills and happy hour on weekdays. Monica's, a great way to fight inflation.
Making a move from the outhouse to the penthouse? Do you have property your brothers need help with transferring ownership? Do you love everything Hawkeye from Kinnick to Carver? Then you'll want to talk with us. Hi, this is Steve Anderson with Hawkeye Title and Settlement, ready to serve you high-quality real estate title and closing services. Oh, and we also love our Iowa basketball, but we're also happy to assist Cyclone fans too. Hawkeye Title and Settlement of Iowa City and HawkeyeTitle.com. The team you love, the people you trust.
Your station for Iowa wrestling all season long is AM 800 KXIC in Iowa City. Now let's wrap up tonight's broadcast. Here once again is Stephen Grace.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield, you've been listening to Hawkeye Wrestling. Presented by Pioneer, an American seed brand since 1926. Also brought to you by Hy-Vee, the official grocery partner of Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Oak Knoll, an active life care community. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, your family-friendly, dependable, and honest auto repair shop. Celebrating 29 good years in Iowa City. Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, home of the Draft Day Sports Lounge, a luxury hotel and spa, 5 restaurants and more, just minutes south of Iowa City. Homewood and Home 2 Suites, preferred hotel of the Hawkeye Radio Network. And by Pioneer, an American seed brand since 1926. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.
We now join Fox Sports Radio, already in progress, on 800 KXIC, and available on your Amazon smart speakers just by saying, Alexa, play 800 KXIC on iHeartRadio.
Other than when I force myself into the conversation. So there you go.
All right, well, let me throw you with something. Let me throw you a curveball here on Friday. Just kind of like Revis threw the Jets a curveball by not trying after that second contract. We talked about this a few minutes ago. If I said to you, the head coach whose job is in the most danger depending on what happens this weekend, your answer is who?
It's Staley. I would think so.
Really?
Because,
more than McDaniel? Okay.
Well, McDaniel's job is already in danger. Does this weekend matter?
Oh, okay. So it doesn't matter. Oh, okay. Got it. Okay. Gotcha.
Right. Like, does this weekend matter? If you're talking about, I was just thinking you're talking about, like, are there any coaches of playoff teams who are in trouble if they don't win? The one guy, there's one guy, it's Staley, because he's got, basically, Sean Payton is, might as well pitch a tent in the front yard of the Chargers facility and just sit there and say, yeah, I'd like the job. Yes, I want this. Could I have this job? I promise I'll be better than that guy. I really, and and it's a pup tent. It's not even one of those full size ones. It's kind of pathetic in its own
Is it
way.
a Saints tent? Is the logo on the outside? And you walk out and he's sitting in one of those low camping chairs, like just sitting there, with his headphones on, saying hi to people as they're walking into SoFi. Hey, what's going on? I'll be in there in a little bit. Hey, I'll be in there in a little bit. How you doing?
He's offering him beers on the way in. I got a couple extras here. Come on, take it. Yeah, that's pretty much what Sean Payton is doing. There are vultures who are more subtle than Sean Payton.
Oh, now I'm just thinking of the song that from Ice Age when the vultures are singing "Food, glorious food." And Sean Payton's worse than that. Worse than the vultures.
Sean Payton. He's just circling over Brandon Staley as he walks around. Like, what's he doing? He's flapping his arms, and he's got his Saints. Oh, he's got a little Saints visor on. Oh God, he's coming for me. He's diving. I got to avoid him. Okay, all right, go on.
Get that cartoon drawn immediately. That's brilliant. What do you think of the Ravens quarterback suddenly being full of transparency? You've got Lamar Jackson talking about his knee and giving you everything you need to know, and then Tyler Huntley, it's a game-time decision for me on Sunday.
Yeah. Son, you're playing, okay? We all know it. There's no secrets here, okay? You can go along with the company line, but obviously Lamar is not, which just tells me, he's out of there. It just, and I think it's best for both sides at this point that they find a way to trade him, because they're not going to pay him. And what's going to happen is, at the very best, they're going to put a franchise tag on him, and he's going to be furious about it and not know how to handle it, not know how to navigate it. I mean, this would be the time that he could use a really good agent, and he should think about it, in order to figure out how does he approach the Ravens and say, look, I'll go peaceably, but just trade me someplace that's going to pay me. Send me some other place, because this is just, when players start announcing on their own their game time status, that's when you know that they just have no respect for the team, and and I'll say this: I don't blame Lamar Jackson, because they've been throwing this whole thing out that he'll be back soon, which puts inordinate pressure on the player to try and come back early, which is not fair to him either, right? If they knew that he had a grade 2/grade 3 PCL injury, they should have said, look, we'll be lucky if we get him back in the playoffs, and that'll be very lucky if we do that. They were implying that he was going to be back during the regular season right from the start. And then this week, somebody from the organization planted, with Ian Rappaport that, there was a good chance he was going to play. That's just not fair to the player. I mean, if you really believe that this is your franchise guy, you have to treat him as, not just a showpiece to try and fool the other team, because that all of a sudden develops a reputation for that player, that he's only playing for the contract. The reason he's not playing is he wants to get paid. He has to be perfect out there. And look, there are some legitimate reasons why you don't sign Lamar Jackson, especially now, because, as we've said all along, running quarterbacks get hurt. He's been hurt the last 2 years. This is what happens to guys like that who get hit. He's going to slow down, and he's got to make the transition to being more of a thrower, and he's never really done that. So Baltimore knows that. That's why they're not going to pay him. And so he needs to, at this point in time, I think that they should go their own ways.
And TJ, like Fleetwood Mac, Lamar Jackson and the Ravens should be going
Good Lord. Don't do. Why don't you try and do, could you do a Casey Kasem?
Coming up, we have Jason Cole, who's going to tell you from head to toe why he likes Lisa.
That's the best imitation that you do.
That's pretty good. That's a good one. My Brad Childress is the best, though. One day I'll give you my Brad Childress impression.
No, you've done the chili one. No.
I really thought you were going to do it under the.
No. Yeah, it's as bad as my Jerry Jones.
I really thought, Smith, you were going to go down the road of the Casey Kasem impression was asking Mr. Cole for his upset or
it's a shout-out.
Big surprise from the Super Wild Card Weekend.
Jason Cole's big surprise from Super Wild Card Weekend. Not only will he be talking about...
By the way, when did it become Super Wild Card Weekend?
Why is that seventh team showed up?
It's officially now. You can't just call it Wild Card Weekend. The NFL will sue you. It's Super Wild Card Weekend.
They'll sue me for not using a word.
Yeah, that's no one's going to. If you just said Wild Card Weekend, nobody would know what you were talking about. Oh, Super Wild Card. Yes, Super Wild Card Weekend. Yes. We have
wait a second. I think Roger Goodell's knocking at my door because I didn't say Super Wild Card Weekend. He's coming with the hammer. The biggest upset this weekend, is that what we're looking for? God, I think this one's going to play chalk. I'll say this: Giants will beat the Vikings.
There you go.
That's the one. That's the one. I mean, I'm not sure that that's a big stretch, but I assume Jacksonville's favored. I mean,
actually, they're a 2.5 point home dog.
Yeah,
they're a home dog.
They're a home dog. You'd think you would know this from the NFL insider that you are.
Well, because I don't pay attention to betting lines that much. I don't really care.
And you're worried about getting Revis in the Hall of Fame. I understand. That's fine. Yes.
Well, I have sent out like over 500 text messages in the last week. Actually, it's more than that. It's probably about 800 text messages. I'm trying to do this stupid survey. I don't know why I keep doing this, but it makes me feel like I'm actually working at it.
Yeah, send it to me. I'll do it. I'll tell you why Sauce Gardner should be in the Hall of Fame already. Send it to me. I'll give you some great stuff.
Yeah, okay, you keep waiting. I'll send it to the guy who I might send it to the guy who actually sends me Bob Dylan whiskey every year. Harmon being a scholar and a gentleman.
See, I think that is. I think that falls under the category of. Wait a minute, that's payola. That's not, you're going to send a guy to the.
Yeah, I don't know that works. And your point is what? Okay. Oh my God, that could be an ethical violation. Really? You're in radio, pal. Yeah. What do you think? Okay. Your whole profession has been about payola for 60 years. Okay. Let's call it what it is. Okay.
Check him out on Twitter at JasonCole62. That's at JasonCole62 for all the latest on Sauce Gardner, Darrelle Revis, and random rock and roll lyrics whenever the mood strikes him. Jay Cole, appreciate it, buddy. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you
later, guys. Be good.
Enjoy, buddy. Great stuff there from Jason Cole, of course. Right now, we got great stuff on the way from Special Delivery Steve DeSager with what's trending in the wide world of sports. Nothing bigger than another MVP performance from Jalen Brunson and the Knicks tonight.
Well, he has been good. That is undeniable. By the way, clearly the guests on the show do not have to take the annual training that we do regarding payola in the radio industry. Just the hosts, I guess.
I like how we said, what are you talking about? You're in radio. Yeah, that's the big thing is payola.
Yeah,
it's a big
exactly.
thing.
Don't do that.
That's how people get fired. Exactly.
Yeah, payola and plugola. That was the two. Payola and plugola.
By the way, it is Super Wild Card Weekend because, it's not just Saturday, Sunday. We had that Monday night playoff game for the Wild Card Weekend now. But last year, remember, it was Kyler Murray being down 28-0 in the second half at the Rams. 34-11 was the final. So really, not that super. And I did like the Glorious Food reference you had there in the segment.
There you go.
I looked it up. It was from actually Ice Age 2.
Ice Age 2.
There you go.
And I want to say it's Will Arnett as the vulture singing.
What I recognize from the song is that is originally from the Oscar-winning musical Oliver. Hey, this is over 50 years ago. The animated movie just stole from this, actually.
Dude, you pulled
It's an
Ice Age 2.
homage.
You pulled Ice Age 2 and Oliver in the last couple of minutes. That's impressive.
They had the same song. That's kind of impressive.
Will Arnett is, in fact, the
there
lone
you go.
gunslinger in Ice Age 2, a vulture.
I'm undefeated.
Right near the NFL playoffs start on Fox TV tomorrow with Seattle at rainy San Francisco, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Niners have won 10 straight games. They're 13-4 this year. And for all of this weekend's matchups, the teams already played each other during the regular season. 49ers had their way with Seattle twice during the regular season as division opponents. Rams head coach Sean McVay will return next season. Ravens quarterback Tyler Huntley says he's a game-time decision for Sunday night at Cincinnati. The Dolphins will start rookie quarterback Skylar Thompson Sunday at Buffalo. Chargers wide receiver Mike Williams is out with a back injury for Saturday night at Jacksonville. To the NBA, Knicks won at Washington. Jalen Brunson, 34 points. 8 rebounds, 8 assists, just 1 turnover. Final score, Knicks 112-108, despite 40 points from Kyle Kuzma on his bobblehead night. Atlanta won on a last-second tip-in, 113-111 at Indiana. Wins for New Orleans and Oklahoma City. Golden State won at San Antonio at the Alamo Dome in front of a record crowd of 68,000, record for a regular season game in the league. Golden State dominated 144-113. Victories for Utah and Minnesota, which gets us to the 2 late games. Mid-third quarter at Sacramento, Kings leading Houston 87-79. Houston trying to end an 8-game losing streak. And the Clippers, late third quarter, at home, are tied with the Nuggets 72-all. Nikola Jokic and Paul George each out due to injuries in this one. Back to you.
Thanks a bunch, Steve-O. The Jason Smith Show with my best friend Mike Harmon live from the TireRack.com studios. Coming up next, yes, our NFL Super Wild Card Weekend Overload continues. Mike and I will tell you what the best playoff game of the weekend's going to be, and boy, do I got a bold prediction for you out of it. That's straight ahead right here. Jason and Mike, Fox.
Your NFL playoffs.
Fires for the end zone. The pass is going to be caught. Touchdown!
I like my beat down low, down low. From the AFC to the NFC.
Pick 6. First touchdown of his career.
It's the coverage you count on. Right here on Fox Sports Radio.
Hey, it's Jason Smith. Football weather's here. Freezing temps, sleet, snow, ice. Are your tires ready to tackle winter's worst? The experts at TireRack.com will get your vehicle ready for prime time. They sell tires that dominate winter, like the Vredestein Windtrack. Go to TireRack.com/sports. Tell them what you drive. They'll show you winter tires that are a perfect fit. Test results, tire ratings, consumer reviews, all the stats you need to make the right call. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Doug.
Hey, listener. Welcome to Limu's Karaoke Lounge, where Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need, and the music never stops. Hit it.
There's an emu with a full-time job. His partner's Doug, but Limu's the heartthrob. Grubs and worms, that's what Limu eats. Gotta fuel up to save you money and hit the streets.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Let's talk Hawkeye hoops. Hey, it's Doug Wagner, and we're launched into the Big Ten season. This Sunday at 11 a.m., you can join Hawkeye hoops great James Moses and me for the Al Turfer Cat Hoops Hawkeye Huddle. We'll talk men's and women's basketball and take your calls and texts. Then later on, listen to the Iowa men take on Maryland. The Al Turfer Cat Hoops Hawkeye Huddle, Sunday at 11 at News Radio 600 WMT and AM 800 KXIC.
I'm Sarah Kustok, NBA analyst for the Brooklyn Nets, and I have a new podcast called NBA Pulse with Sarah Kustok. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'll be joined by one of the top NBA writers to discuss their latest stories, features, and up-to-the-minute news.
And the rainbow! That, my friends, is Luka Magic!
Check out NBA Pulse with Sarah Kustok on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Your passion is NFL football. Your access is total. Every weekday, NFL Total Access hits you with uncut. He can't be stopped. Uncensored. I love that. And unapologetic takes on all things NFL. That's how crazy it is. We go beyond what happened to tell you how it happened and what happens now. Those are the facts. On the field, inside the huddle, and under the helmet. This is NFL Total Access Access, the podcast. Listen weekdays on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
AM 800 KXIC.
If I'm Lamar Jackson, get in. Now I'm in after 3 years. Now I'm already 2 years in now with that next contract. You banked $60 million? That's what I don't understand. I know everybody wants it guaranteed.
If you want to know what Dan Patrick said next, just podcast it by searching The Dan Patrick Show. And as always, you can listen to Dan Patrick live weekdays, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is The Odd Couple.
Mic check.
With Chris Broussard and Rob Parker.
There was a report that Brady to the Dolphins is still very much alive and on the table. Don't do it, Miami! Run the other way! Wow. Don't do it! Don't keep living in the past. This is not the same Tom Brady. Have you watched this season? What have you not watched? He's not the same guy. I'm not saying he can't play or whatever, or he's going to retire when he wants because he's built up that kind of cred. But terrible in the red zone. He had both of his top receivers all year. Offensively, it was a huge struggle. Tom didn't play well. Like, oh my God, it was the defense. Because Tom Brady played great, and it was the defense. No.
This is The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Weekdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio. This is The Herd.
Attention listeners.
With Colin Cowherd.
It's funny, though, when you meet losers and they have huge confidence and arrogance, like the Miami Dolphins. Yeah, I said it. The Miami Dolphins are the used car lot of the automotive industry. They're AOL of tech. The Chiefs are Netflix. They're Blockbuster. When I suggested yesterday you should be interested in Derek Carr, Dolphin fans were like, no, hard pass. Derek Carr leads the NFL since 2014, the year he entered, in fourth quarter comebacks. Not Brady, not Mahomes. Nope, not Stafford, not Aaron Rodgers. Derek Carr leads the NFL in fourth quarter comebacks. And because he's had horrible, embarrassing defenses, he often has to come back.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Wow.
Weekdays at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific.
AM 800 KXIC.
This is who we are.
Our business is sports. We're going to do our thing.
We're your friend.
Yes!
We're that pain in the butt.
Oh!
We're the one that makes you think.
So the speculation is...
And we're the reason why you take your time out of the day to listen.
Bingo. Thank you very much.
We're Fox Sports Radio.
And, of course, the formidable Fox Sports Radio lineup.
And this is who we are. FS1. To find FS1 on your television, go to foxsports.com for details. FS1.
Fox Sports Radio, the Jason Smith Show with my best friend Mike Harmon.
Hobo.
Live from the TireRack.com studios, where I'm going to tell you right now what the best playoff game of the weekend is going to be. All right, Super Wild Card Weekend. So I got to say super so people know what I'm talking about. If I just said playoff, people wouldn't know. It's going to be tomorrow. It's going to be tomorrow night.
Seahawks, baby.
I'm telling you, Seahawks and Niners. That game's going to be like 4-0, 49ers, with all that rain going on in San
Francisco. Well, but that's just it. Who's a mutter? Let's go.
We're gonna go from a 4-3 game that seems dominant for the Niners to the game of the week because you watch the points that go up on the board between the Chargers and the Jaguars. It's going to be something, man. Jacksonville's offense is going to go on display. This is where everyone is going to generally see the progression and how terrific Trevor Lawrence is. Look, well, I told you 2 months ago, this is now the era of good feeling for the Jaguars. For the next 10 years, they're going to be AFC South champions because Lawrence has become that good. He's the Joe Burrow of last year. Last year was the era of good feeling for the Bengals. You got 10 years of dominance coming up after the Super Bowl. Same thing for the Jaguars now. And you're going to see them really put some points up. But I'll tell you what, the Chargers, with them peaking, playing the way they are, here's my bold prediction. if they win this game tomorrow, and they could easily lose, right? We've seen the Chargers lose games like this all the time. That's the one team that's almost impossible to predict is the Chargers, right? Week to week. It's like whatever you think, go the other way. Because I think they'll win. That means they're going to lose. So I pick them to lose this week. If the Chargers win this weekend, they will run to the AFC Championship game.
Look at you.
They just need that little bit of something going right for us here and the belief. Because that's really what, I don't know if it's the belief, it's the lack of leadership, but things just happen to the Chargers when they shouldn't. Because every year they're one of the 5 or 7 most talented teams in the NFL. But they always need something, they need a break. They need something to go their way that's really going to flip that switch. And if they beat the Jaguars tomorrow, they will run to the AFC Championship game. Book it. That's all they need to watch the Chargers. I'm going to go Chargers. They're going to run all the way to the AFC title game.
Look at you, Frostberg and Steve and Ilo and all our friends affiliated with the Chargers and their broadcasts. They're like your best friends now. Look at you. It's like you're saying Happy New Year underneath, although it's after I've been told that after the 7th you can't say it anymore, even if you're just engaging someone for the first time. So on the 13th, I'm going to give myself an exemption here. Back-to-back games where the offense had some life. Obviously, the 31-10 rollover win of the listless Rams team and on New Year's Day. And then you have the loss to Denver where, guys were playing that shouldn't have been playing, including one that won't play in this game. Over-under on this one's 46.5, Jason. So perhaps not as robust. I see both defenses actually playing pretty well. And I don't know if you watched that, Week 18 game of the Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence and company, that wasn't exactly crisp football.
No, it wasn't.
Let me throw the ball back 40 yards the other way while I'm about to be hit.
No, there's
some issues there. So if the Chargers can surmount any kind of pass rush here, it could be a long day for old Sunshine there.
It could be, and at least you're going to say, well, they're not going to get a bounce. They didn't peak. It was a lot of pressure to win that game, to get to the playoffs, and now the pressure's really over. They're not really expected to win any more than this, and it's a great found money season for them because hey, look where we got, right? If we lose,
that's a terrible ad. Nobody ever takes that in the pros. You're a professional. There's no found money.
They understand. Look, we're a 500 team, right? We got hot at the end. We beat some bad teams. We made the playoffs. Okay, hey, we have no pressure on us, right? We got a lot of big pressure teams winning. They're going to have a big game tomorrow, man. I'm telling you. But if the Chargers win, they get that break. They will run upsets. AFC Championship game for the Chargers. Watch out.
Might save Brandon Staley's job.
Oh no, he still could get.
Notice I said
title game. We're still getting fired. Twitter at Alvada Fresca, Mike at Swollen Dome, the Jason Smith Show with my best friend Mike Harmon. Coming up next, we're going to pick the other big games of the Super Wild Card Weekend from the TireRack.com studios. Fox.
We are Fox Sports. When you open up a Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van, you're unlocking potential. The potential to do your own thing. Be your own boss. Steer your own success. Blaze your own trail. Each and every Sprinter van built, designed, and equipped to let you hit the open road and take on any goal. To help you follow your passions, reawaken that spirit of adventure, check all of those big, bold, exciting experiences off your bucket list. Owning a Sprinter van lets you live, work, and play out your dreams wherever they take you. 16 body types, a choice of gas or diesel engine, thousands of ways to customize. It's capable and versatile enough to help drive your ambitions. And now you can win your own Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van customized by Gretsch RV by entering the Dan Patrick Show's Ultimate Fan Van Sweepstakes. To enter, get official rules, visit danpatrick.com for your chance to win the Sprinter van. So go ahead, now's the time. Unlock your potential inside a Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van.
I'm Sarah Kustok, NBA analyst for the Brooklyn Nets, and I have a new podcast called NBA Pulse with Sarah Kustok. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'll be joined by one of the top NBA writers to discuss their latest stories, features, and up-to-the-minute news.
And the rainbow! That, my friends, is Luka Magic!
Check out NBA Pulse with Sarah Kustok on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
AM 800 KXIC.
He said, hey, thanks for your support regarding my injuries. Here's an update. Suffered a grade 2 sprain, borderline of a strain 3, inflammation all over my knee, remains unstable. I'm in good spirits. I'm recovering. I wish I could be out there with my guys, but I can't give 100%. And I'm still hopeful we'll have a chance. All right, I like that.